All right, 3, 2, 1. Woo! Welcome back to episode 81 of the Point Podcast, baby. Everyone, give us a round of applause. That's right, we're back. You know what episode it is? Tell me.
81.
What episode is it, Brock?
81.
And you know what? We're here. And don't you forget about it.
Don't finish that sentence.
Yeah. All right, no, we are back. We've got some crazy gaming news for you. Shut up, crickets. No one ever thinks there's crickets.
No one likes cricket.
When I'm around. That's the only thing that happens when I'm around. You know what
and
that
D's
thing's
nuts.
called? Yeah, D's nuts. Okay, so today we've got some crazy stuff.
I did see a video today of a kid recreating that, like the the oof noise.
Oof. Have you watched the video about the oof sound from Roblox?
I think we have watched it.
No, we haven't.
We haven't watched it. We've talked about it.
Yeah.
Though, where it was the noise and they took it away and then they brought it back again.
No, not that part.
Oh, okay.
Of where the oof sound came from.
The kid getting beat by a parent.
No, it's from a game. Fuck, I forget what it was. But it was made by the sound effects by Tommy Tallarico.
We've definitely talked about this.
Tommy Tallarico is a famous game composer, but there was a video by a guy on YouTube called H Bomber Guy, and he talked about the oof sound effect, and it was from a game in like 2001 or like 99 or whatever. And the more he dug into it, the more he found out the video turns into being, what's the oof sound effect into? Actually, has Tommy Tallarico actually made any of his music that he claims to have made for all this stuff? And is it actually all plagiarized? Really interesting video. Goes for like an hour and a half, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Makes some cool videos. H Bomber Guy. I recommend watching it.
Yeah, I've seen some of his stuff before. It's usually really, really good.
Yeah. So that was a really cool video. But yeah, that's where the oof sound effect was from. Because it was like in a sound library. And that's when, Roblox got it. Which, I mean, it sucks if the thing's in a sound library.
Yeah.
It's in there. Game the game.
It's like big game companies now, like they publish games and it's got like the default like Unreal Engine animations.
Yeah.
And people are like, it's like, yeah, but they're in there as like, I'm sure they're not only using those. It's just like, that's what they based it off.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, people are very quick to judge games and not give leeway when there can be leeway.
Judge games and gamers.
And gamers.
Gamers sometimes deserve it though, but that's...
Gamers do deserve hate a lot of the time. Gamers be not giving good names to gamers.
No, so are anime fans.
Oh, don't. As I don't even self-proclaim to be an anime fan much anymore, but man, I wouldn't. I just go online and I'm like, fuck. I walk so you could run. And when you're running, you're yelling and screaming.
Your arms are behind your back and your head's down.
And you're making us go backwards.
People are a lot more accepting now, but it's also...
It should be. It should be more accepting for a hobby or a niche or whatever, but...
People want to wear tails, let them wear tails.
It's not even that. It's more that people get death threats because they didn't watch a show in the right order, or you like this thing and I didn't like it, so...
Therefore
you deserve...
bad.
Yeah. They love throwing around the term tourist. I see that so much on Twitter now. It's like, you're a tourist. You're not a big fan of this thing, blah, blah, blah. We talked a little bit about last week.
We did, yeah.
It's like, brother, I've been playing these games since before you're born. 14-year-old from Kansas or whatever who's typing this on Twitter. At the same time, Twitter is such a...
Yeah, it's a minefield.
It's a strange place, Twitter.
Yeah.
Get some really good news out of it and see videos and things like that are cool, but...
I'm back on Fight Talk.
But you're back on Fight Talk?
Yeah, I got all my fight videos back. It was very entertaining.
Have you updated your Instagram reels?
Not yet. No, I tried a few different things for some humor and it just goes not acceptable. So it just kept
well.
Back to Twitter it is.
Yeah. Oh, well. But yeah, we're here. We've got a few things to talk about. It's been a bit of a negative week when it comes to news with a lot of things. There's about 4 or 5 stories that's like, that's a bit shit.
Yeah. Such is the state of the world.
One thing I was going to talk about, the first thing we've got on our list, that this seems a little bit irrelevant to some people, but it drips down into some other stuff. Sony has all but shut down their SD card production. Not shut down, they said they've ramped it down or some term. And it's like they're holding back production 90% of what it was. Yes. For me, a camera person, this sucks. I shoot on Sony cameras and they got proprietary cards. They got CF Express Type A cards, which are really small, really high bandwidth, read and write speed. Cost a bomb. Sony's one costs a bomb, but they're also the more tough, durable ones. They're going to be harder to get now, which just sucks.
There hasn't been a change in price yet, but as supplies dwindle, that's going to skyrocket.
Yeah, I've got access to getting some really high capacity ones for really cheap. They're still very expensive, but like a fifth of the price of what they normally are.
Yeah, I'd be stocking up on them.
A fifth of the price is like $800. And it's hard to get. I know these cards, like a CF Express Type A card. Oh, let me fucking get one of these up.
God, yeah.
This is riveting comment here. CF Express Type A. Let's do 2 terabyte. The Sony one is about $1,500, $1,600. And then there's some other brands that are a bit cheaper. But yeah, like I think it was actually like a 3 terabyte one. It's like $3,000 or something like that.
It's very expensive, but I mean...
It is. It sucks when there's formats like this. So CF Express Type A for Sony cameras it's a really cool format. It's a really small chip. Super fast read and write speed. I can do like 4K 120. You can do 120 photos a second on my A9 III. Like, it can let me do everything, but there's also competitors that have a slightly bigger card as a fraction of the price. Like Ben and I recently, we both got a camera. Actually, let's derail this.
Yeah, we'll derail
Ben and I,
Sony talk.
High five. Ben and I have recently purchased Red cameras. If people know what Red cameras,
we should literally have it out here so we talk about it.
All right, we're back. So we'll talk about SD cards, and it just reminded Ben and I, we both recently bought cameras. I know this is gaming podcast, but I like to talk about camera as well. But this has got to do with the SD card thing we're talking about. So recently, Ben and I have both bought a Nikon ZR.
I have my box here. It's not going to be in focus.
Oh, that is in focus, yeah. So if people have noticed on the box, this camera came out about 6 months ago or so. It is a Red cinema camera, but also a Nikon little compact guy. I've got a 24 to 120 on it, f4.
That's the lens for those people who just heard numbers then.
Yeah, it's an S series lens as well, so it's the good stuff. But
the lens I will be buying.
You'll also be buying. It's a very good lens. These guys they're not cheap, but I mean they're actually the cheapest camera in this room, believe it or not.
Yeah.
But they're the most capable. We bought this. The reason I wanted to talk about this, which I thought was a cool story, so do you know what Red cinema cameras are?
We've talked about this. We were heading to a shop near us and we were talking about it in the car. Yes.
Where are we? I don't remember that.
We were going to buy more cameras. We were heading over to...
Oh, is this when I wanted...
We went to go see Lockie.
Yeah.
So you bought another Nikon camera?
What do you say?
Didn't you buy another Nikon camera on the same trip?
Yes, because I was actually going to buy a Z6 III that trip, and they didn't have it, but they had the other one that was on a very good sale. So
that pickup time is crazy.
So for people who don't know, Red cinema cameras are one of the leaders in, or not really leaders in cinema cameras. They're a cheaper entry cinema camera in a very good format though.
Yeah.
Cinema cameras usually start around 10K. This technically is one, but it's not like a full-on proper one. Red cameras, start at $10,000, go up very high. Their proprietary storage through the roof in price.
Mm-hmm.
Back in the day, oh my God. For people who watch like tech review stuff, do you know Marcus Brownlee?
Uses all Red.
Or uses Red stuff. So if
Same with Linus Tech Tips. I think they use all Red now as well.
Really?
I think they actually do. I know they used to use the FX6s, which are the Sony ones, like the big one we used to have here on the set.
I could be wrong, but I know he's done a couple of videos talking about the cameras they use.
He did like a custom Red build thing,
yes.
I think. Yeah. Either way, one of the most gangster moves in corporate world I've ever seen.
Espionage.
Nikon a few years ago did one of the coolest things, unintentional, but ended up being so cool. Nikon's been around for like 100+ years. Nikon, same difference. They made a camera called the Z9, which is like their top range camera. It does everything. Big, thick, looks like a really professional camera because it is. What they decided to do was like, hey, we want to get into the video world. They've always done video, but nowhere near as good as the other people. Like, let's do something to make it different. They put in Red's Kodak. codec. So basically like Red RAW to make it look really good. Red had and didn't have a patent on it or something. Ended up taking...
They had but didn't have... So like they had...
I forget what it was. I think Red had basically said... No, it was just for raw recording, sorry. And Nikon put raw recording in, which is basically just like super uncompressed. You can do it, all this stuff. Nikon had Red had some sort of patent on that. They took Nikon to court. This was a drawn out battle. They ended up losing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure the payout they had to do was too much. So Nikon bought them instead. So now you can buy like a $3,000 cinema camera, $3,000 Australian, and it's got all those features in it. They used to be like a 10K thing. And it's all because Nikon was like, fuck it, we're just going to put on this format that we want.
Yeah.
And it ended up working for them because no one had tried to go up against this patent or whatever. I don't know. It's a bit of a weird one, but basically they took over another company because they just stole their shit.
Because it says here that they challenged the validity of the patent because apparently they disclosed the technology before they applied it to the patent. So it was like, well, it's out there in the world and then you patented it. So we just stole it.
Yeah. It gives me very much like same vibe as like when Bandai and Namco was like, no, mini games in loading screens. That's our thing. No one else can. And they're like, fuck it, let's just do it. And they ended up winning and just bought the company. Same idea, but
it's clever. It's very, very, very clever.
I just want to nerd out on this fucking camera real quick. This thing has got the fucking biggest screen in the fucking world. Bro, this thing is bigger than like some smartphones. That's all in the back. It's dirty and gross as shit, but it's fucking hectic.
Very pretty.
Nikon Australia, if you want to sponsor me, cha-ching. I know this is on the viewfinder, but cha-ching. Let's go,
Ben's
baby.
just looking across at you with just unabashed jealousy at the moment because he can't use his camera until he gets a lens for it.
Yeah, that's coming. Maybe this week. We'll see how we go.
It's very cool. We'll probably do something later and put a photo.
So for those like, because I was once like this before I started working with you, Tom.
Yep.
For those who don't know, can you explain why you can't use this particular type of camera without a lens?
Oh, well, it doesn't have anything to look through. It's like, why can't you use a car without a tire on it? It just doesn't have anything. Like, cameras have fixed lenses sometimes internally in them, or like a zoom lens or something. These are all like the cameras that are shooting us right now, and then they're interchangeable lens camera. So you put on whatever lens you want, but a more pro camera. That's just how it is. You just can't use it without one.
Yeah. I mean, that didn't really explain it, but yeah. Sure.
Well, there's nothing to look through. It's like you only have half what you need.
So if you look through it without the lens on, everything is blurry, or
no, there's nothing. There's nothing to look through
because it's a mirrorless camera. In the old school, like DSLRs, it was like you open when the lens is on, the light comes in, you see what you want, and it bounces back and hits the sensor. This is just sensor. Whatever the camera sees is what you pick up.
Yeah. So that is what I was asking.
So that is why there's so much lighter than those old massive fucking old Canon things that weigh a ton.
Well, the same thing with an old camera. If you didn't have a lens on it, you're not going to be able to see out of
anything.
It. Yeah. It's the same idea.
And I definitely can't see anything out of this one because it doesn't have a viewfinder.
No.
Everything is through the screen.
Yes.
But if we end up doing any videos where we're at our own computers, I'll get to my computer soon. Ben and I will have webcam shooting in 6K Red RAW, and Brock will have his 720p Logitech Brio.
I'll probably just use my phone in all honesty.
Probably your best bet.
The Brio is probably going to have a better resolution
than that.
You reckon? Probably not.
We'll see.
We'll see, bro.
If you want to buy my old camera,
do you want to buy a 6700?
1600. I'll give you a lens.
Yeah.
No thanks. I got to afford fuel on the way home.
I don't.
Yeah, I know.
We got off that. Yeah. So
should have bought Macca's.
Sony's
I bought a drink.
Oh, whatever. Let's keep going. So Sony's shutting down the SD card production. I know, riveting stuff, guys. We're getting through it. But do you guys mind if I talk about the second thing?
I think we could probably,
I would hope you would, yes.
Yeah, well, I did it just now. So we've talked about this before. We're all primarily PC gamers now, I would say. Brock has been for a fair few years. Ben and I have more converted in the last few years. I was PC for a long time, but went back to console just because I didn't have a PC. Got a really good PC in the middle of last year. I got a HP, and I'll say what it is. It was a HP Omen 45 litre.
Yeah, we've talked about
desktop.
this a few of the
A
episodes.
few times
but
before.
yeah.
So the reason I say that, it's a decked out computer. It's got a 5090. It's got 64 gigabyte of RAM. It's got an Ultra 9, which I know is not the perfect thing for gaming. And
But you use it for more than just gaming
more,
as well.
more than gaming. It's got 4 terabyte in it. It's got 2 M.2 slots. Like it's
It's a workstation that plays games well.
It's a gaming machine that can just do that. It's primarily gaming. But this machine, when I bought it, I got a very good discount on it.
Yes.
Like there is better machines than this thing. No, hands down, better machines. I got an insane discount. It, at the time, was a $10,000 machine. I got it for almost half price. It has since gone up to $14,000 because every computer has gone through the roof. But so my $10,000 HP Omen, after 9 months, has fucking died. What a fucking joke.
Yeah.
And the big problem is we don't know what the exact cause is.
Yeah, so this machine has given me so much grief, but it was still very good in a lot of ways, so I just put up with it, and I got such a good price. My HP, it would just turn on in the middle of the night randomly and start revving up and acting like it was just exporting a billion things, as in it was the fans were going through the roof. It's like, I've shut this thing down.
Yeah, it's possessed. Yep.
It just turn on and then it was turn off randomly. And because it's got all these lights on it, which are dimmed, they'll just go bright and wake me up half the time. This fucking HP, in the settings of it, I don't even think it's even overclocking because it's got its own BS software on it.
HP's BIOS is fucking
But like
gross,
it's got its
honestly.
like Omen gaming hub or whatever. You can go on there to like do increased performance or whatever, because these machines are super kneecapped for what they are. To go onto the top mode, it voids your warranty. What a fucking joke. What a joke. Either way, I was still getting good performance. There's a 5090, 64 gigabyte RAM. Great. The machine just wouldn't turn on half the time. You click the button and it won't connect to the monitor. I've got a good monitor.
You have a very good
I've got a very good monitor. I've got a 5K ultra-wide OLED monitor. I use it for video editing and it's perfect. Very good color accuracy. Great for games as well. It wouldn't fucking connect. I'm like, what's the go? I have to turn this machine on and off a ton. Clicking the keyboard and, oh, finally, it's on now. The last few weeks with my fucking computer, it would take about 3 or 4 times for me to turn it on. I'd turn it on and a billion windows would pop up. By Windows, it would just be like my files, but duplicated like 18 times. I'm like, what the fuck's going on? I would move my mouse around and it would be super sluggish and super delayed to be like, I'm like, what the fuck? Why is it doing this? And I'm like, to the point where I can't close everything. I can't like even go to Task Manager and close anything. It just that slow and it won't respond to it. Got to turn the computer off. Just got to hard reset it. Do that, turn it on, and it's like, oh, going into like auto recovery mode. I'm like, okay, leave it. Spinning wheel, 3 hours, just keeps doing it. I'm like, well, it's obviously not doing anything. It's not giving me any progress. It's not giving me anything like that. Hard reset it. Turn it back on. Just starts working. Hectic, okay. It's fine. I'm using it for like 4 hours straight. Turn it off. I just completely shut it down. I'm like, I don't want to go into sleep because I don't know if it's going to have a hissy fit. Starts doing the same shit again. Turn it on. It goes into, oh yeah, it's going to the BIOS. It's not blue screening at all this whole time.
When was the last time you actually restarted though?
Maybe a week ago.
Like I don't mean like you go into shutdown and then turn it back on. I mean,
no, like go to restart.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
Because Windows, recently. Like I know a whole bunch of other people have talked about this. Windows has this weird thing currently since Windows, I don't know if it was Windows 7 or 8. I know 10 and 11 have both done it.
Mm-hmm.
If you go to shutdown, it basically will create like a page file or something for like to boot back up faster. It basically has a save state essentially, and it will save that and then it will go into a low power mode. You turn it on, it just reboots from that particular save state. It's not actually shutting down properly.
Yeah, which I have noticed. Yeah.
If you go to restart, it actually properly shuts down, closes everything down, and then restarts and boots from
generally
scratch.
restart when I do a Windows update, which there was one not too long ago that I did.
Okay.
They're getting way too current. Like they're so constant now with the Windows update.
Windows updates are non-stop.
Yeah.
But my fucking computer, I've had it 9 months and it has just completely bricked now. Like it got to the point where it just wouldn't turn on. It just keeps pinwheeling. I could get into BIOS. Brock gave me, I got it from Ben, but Brock had a Windows
11 key.
Key on a USB. All like the ports on the computer now just fried and won't work. I put it in, went into BIOS, tried to load it from USB, not detecting it. I try a couple more times and I'm like, okay, maybe I'll try this port. And now the computer won't even fucking post at all.
Yeah.
It doesn't even connect to it. It doesn't even flash on a screen for a second or slightly turn it on.
The way
it's
you
just
said
dead.
that did make it sound like my Windows key fried it itself, but
No, I didn't even get to the point. I
Yeah.
didn't get to the point to even activate it.
Which, talking of, can you pass me the Windows key so I
I
don't
did
forget it?
I did bring it here to give that
Yeah,
to
I
you. That's why I
saw
thought
that was
table.
there. But I think it's a joke that a $10,000 computer cannot even last a year. Don't get me wrong, it has got really good airflow. It is lifted off the ground.
Mm-hmm.
This case is supposed to be one of the best airflow cases or whatever bullshit. Apparently it isn't.
It's, look, I've never heard a good thing about HP, honestly, other than from HP themselves. As someone who used to repair computers and still does in their spare time, HPs are among like the most annoying to work on, primarily because of they just, as you said, they kneecap a lot of their machines so that they can claim it like, oh, it runs at this sort of TDP and all this blah, blah, blah. And usually it's just like, yeah, well, it should be like the hardware should be running a lot better.
Yep.
So what have you done to hinder this machine?
Well, we spoke about this plenty of times before, but I don't know if there's any good OEM computer desktop builds. Like legitimately, like by OEM, I mean like your big manufacturers, like your HP, definitely not Dell, but like Lenovo, MSI, any of these big machines that are not cooked in some way.
They're all handicapped.
There's
in
always
some
something
manner.
wrong. And this is the same thing that we get with laptops all the time, and we see it firsthand. Laptops, unless it's a MacBook, just don't fucking last. And there will be people who have, oh yeah, mine's lasted this long or this long. It's too common. I sell computers and I don't see, it is so rare to see someone say that their Windows laptop lasted more than 3 years and hasn't had a problem.
And if it has lasted more than 3 years, they bought it in 2013 when they were still good, and it just lasted this long miraculously.
Oh, like, yeah, I mean, there's like there's actually a lot of people come and say, yeah, my Toshiba has finally bitten the dust. That shows how old.
Mine still works. Battery's cooked, but it still turns on.
Problem is a lot of the people just either they overestimate or underestimate what the computer is capable of in regards to the task they need it for.
Yep.
Oh, I need to render CAD work and I need to do all this, blah, blah. I'm just going to go grab this $1,000 machine. No, from what you've described, what you're looking at is going to be closer to $2,500 for what you are going to want to use it for on a day-to-day basis.
Yeah.
Oh, I just want it for checking emails and I just like, need to, send Billy's school reports off every now and then, blah, blah. I'm going to jump on that $2,000 machine. Like, okay, that's going to do all of that. Absolutely fine. And it's going to probably last you a fair while, but you really do not need that level of performance for what you've described.
It's just, laptops almost seem like a scam at this point. I just actively see it all the time through work. I just don't see any that last.
So many of them have bloatware on them as well.
Yeah, I think there's so many problems that could be helped if the manufacturers just didn't stuff them up in ways.
They just did a clean install. That's the first, every time I've bought a computer, like legitimately bought a computer, I even did it with the one I bought off you. The first thing I do when I get it home is I completely wipe it.
Yeah, that's fair.
I don't use the, system restore, blah, blah. No, because that reinstalls all of the manufacturer's crap on there as well. It's get the Windows key, you have a fresh install on there, you use that to just completely clean slate it.
That's what I did when my hard drive pretty much died.
Yes.
I just completely clean sweep, and it was done.
Yep. And it fixed what, 98% of the problems?
Yeah. Trying to figure out that was the problem though. It took 3 weeks and
That's
4
the
people's
problem.
help.
It's just Windows itself has just got so many problems that drives me up the wall that it shouldn't have. There's infinite possibilities with it, which is great. There's a reason Windows is still number one. And I will say a lot of it, I feel like it's just because people, that's what they're used to. And
It's
that's
a compatibility thing because everyone's used to it, so that's what they designed for.
Years. Once my very expensive computer just decided to die after 9 months last night or the other night, I was like, well, I still got work to do. So I plugged in my MacBook into my monitor. I've got an M2 Max MacBook Pro, which I used for all of my work for about 2.5 years prior to getting my desktop. I turn it on, everything just works.
Yeah.
There's things that annoy me up the wall with macOS, but there's other things where it's like, this would have been such a long endeavor to try and do on Windows.
Yeah.
Without, and for example,
what would have taken you 2 hours of being around the bush with 6 different cables and 4 different little peripherals. With Mac, it's literally just, drag and drop.
Yeah. Well,
But then stuff that should be simple is just like,
it's hard.
You
Yes.
need either proprietary software or you need some weird workaround that only one person's gotten to work in 6 years.
I mean, like you're right. There's between Mac OS and Windows, there's things on both ends that are so much better on the other one and better. But for me, I went into my MacBook and I was like, fuck, I need to clear this thing out so I can edit the podcast. And I only got a terabyte on that Mac.
That's so low.
Yeah, now, especially for this stuff. Yeah. So I was like, fuck, I need to get rid of a bit of stuff. And I'm like, this is one of the most annoying things is deleting stuff on the primary drive. It's just finding it. I go into just like the control menu or the control bar or whatever on Mac and just type in storage. Comes up with storage. Click on it. Literally every single file on the computer in size order.
Comes up as a proper directory tree.
And I can click on it and go to that folder and where it is in the directory, or I can just select them, just delete.
Yeah.
So within like 30 seconds, I'm like, oh, this is just all old footage from podcasts like a year and a half ago. I don't need this. Select, delete, 300 gigabytes free instantly. And that just doesn't happen on like a PC.
Yeah, before people comment, no, Windows does not do this. I know there's a whole bunch of people typing away now like, oh, but if you use this, blah, blah, blah. We're talking about just built into the operating system. Yes, Windows has File Explorer and all that, blah, blah, blah. It does not organize folders by size. It organizes individual files. All your folders will still be arranged alphabetically.
Yeah, but I mean, even regardless of that, there might be some shortcuts and I'm going to this thing, going to this thing. It's not as easy as I just type in storage. Yeah. Size order all of my files and I can see what's taking up the space in files, or I can click on applications and see what it is.
There's a reason why programs like WinDrive, ISO or whatever exist. And because that's literally all they do is, hey, we'll just map out the contents of your drive and show it to you and you can order it biggest to smallest.
That is exactly how I ended up clearing all my actual files off my SSD that I needed before I wiped it. I was like, oh, there's 200 gig there of uni stuff I don't need. Cool, that's gone. And you can just click it, it finds exactly where it is and done. Even Windows, like uninstall program software they've added with just, you click on it, click uninstall, and it goes, can't find this. It's like, well, there's 80 gigs sitting here that I can't delete. Where is it? No matter what you do, you cannot remove stuff on it.
Game launchers are really bad for this.
Yes. I was talking about that with Adobe with you before.
Yeah. Adobe's very bad. But also, games are required their own specific launcher, not just for, hey, Epic has their launcher for all their games. Steam has their launcher.
Yeah, no, there's like there's stuff like one for like Baldur's Gate where it's through fucking whatever the brand.
If you somehow bought it as a standalone thing, not through a store. Genshin Impact. And I know there's other stuff that launches through that same launcher. But if you go through Windows File App Installer or whatever they're calling it now, just to uninstall stuff, it'll show you the Genshin Impact app, which is just the launcher. And it'll say it's 80 megabytes. And it's like, well, no, it's not. I know that game takes up at least 100 gig because that's what the last download file was for it. So where's the fucking rest of it? If you uninstall the launcher, it won't uninstall the actual games it has installed through that launcher.
Yeah, there's a bunch of shit like that. And
Steam's really bad for it as well, because if you uninstall Steam and it doesn't uninstall all the games, you can go through and physically delete them, but it'll keep all the stuff still installed
That's what
through the
Jimmy
registry.
did. He was going through and bumped something and it accidentally deleted Steam and he goes, they're all gone, but they're all still here.
Yeah, and you can't just go, okay, uninstall those games so I can reinstall everything.
I still don't know how he fucking
Steam
deleted
open.
Steam. Yeah.
I don't know how either.
Also,
I'm assuming it may have been the child, but
I don't think it was the child. How the fuck was a 9-month-year-old going, year
I
off,
don't know,
9-month-old?
It's Jimmy. He does a lot of stuff that's just
she
like,
has her own keyboard
how?
now.
Oh, God. But no, you're right. I mean, at least with Steam, you can easily go on and just click uninstall, done.
Well,
Yeah,
when you have Steam open, but if Steam goes, there's
but
it's a fuck around to get rid of those
I
games
understand,
then.
but you can also just re-download Steam.
You can.
I don't think at any point I've ever wanted to not have Steam on a machine.
No, it's usually one of the first 3 things I install.
Yeah, exactly. It just works well.
I install Windows, then I install Firefox, then it's usually Steam or an NVIDIA driver.
Yeah, I had a USB stick when I worked for like work experience at Decomp like years ago or something like that. They had this they're like, oh, you should make one of these, and it's like a USB drive you put in. It has all the programs already reloaded. It's like Nightshade or with some weird name they call it.
Oh, it'll be a flash file, yeah.
Yeah, and it's just you go cool, click, and it just installs the VLC. It does everything straight away, and it's just like okay, cool, remove me, and it's done. Like it's the coolest thing ever.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's what most OEM system builders use now.
Yeah.
Is they'll have everything just pre-installed on that. You install Windows and then you run that. Sometimes it's all in one. It runs both the Windows installation and that on top of it.
So handy.
All right,
It's really good.
We'll get off of this because it's getting a bit too nerdy.
Fuck HP.
Yeah, but yeah, fuck HP. I spent $10,000 on a machine, or I bought a $10,000 machine. It is broken after 9 months. I will keep you updated on what goes on with this because I think it's a joke that it didn't last that long.
And this is a really bad time for it to happen as well.
Yes, because
like computer prices through the roof.
that computer that I bought for that price has gone up $4,000. So it's like,
so hopefully you can get it just either replaced or repaired on the spot.
I don't think it can get replaced because they don't make it anymore, even though it's only been out for about a year. And everything in equivalent is now way more expensive. So I don't know. I'll keep you updated. I'll let you know what goes on with it. I've got a few ideas what I'm going to do. I just sort of wish at the moment that fucking games ran on Mac well and that there was games there because
we've got Easter break and no work and Tom can't play games.
Oh, I mean, I can. I mean, also I have a girlfriend that's coming back overseas from being away for a month.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm gonna do a Toy Story 1. I don't want to play with you anymore.
Time to whip out the Thor.
The Thor, God.
With our new grips, finally.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, do they actually turn up?
Yeah, the grips
just randomly one Friday, they're here, and I was like, oh.
Bought them like 2.5 months ago.
Yeah, start of Jan. Yeah, crazy.
Jan.
Finally.
All right.
I mean, they're probably going through shortages and everything.
Oh, yeah, that
it's silicon grips.
Almost
$19 each.
Yeah, 40, 44 or something with shipping. Yeah.
So, next thing I want to talk about, I think we'll compress these next two.
Mm-hmm.
So, we said at the start of the episode that there's a fair bit of negative gaming news at the moment, and the biggest one is probably Epic has laid off 1,000 employees.
Yeah.
I think it's like a third of their staff or something.
And these aren't like just
that.
random random people. It's like the creative writer for like Fortnite for like the last 11 years or something stupid.
It's the guy who created like Jonesy and like people who'd been working there for a while.
While you talk about this, I need to quickly find something because I actually had some stuff that was semi-confirmed as coming from someone who used to work at Epic and replied to by someone who said they currently worked at Epic, talking about exactly this, talking about some of the stuff internally.
Okay, well, let's keep
I will try and find it.
I did see, like, I watched a video today about it, and they were like, the people, they were pulling up their LinkedIn profiles. All of them had ex-Epic employee or like whatever the thing was in the bio, because they're just like, I don't know how I get fired randomly on this random Tuesday.
It's very strange. I mean, like Epic's laid off 1,000 people, and they're also getting rid of a bunch of game modes in Fortnite.
Yeah.
They're getting rid of ballistics, which I still was never able to play because it's never connected to a game. I really wanted to.
I thought it was going to be cool. I kept trying to get everyone to play it. No.
We tried to play it like 3 times and it's never worked.
I tried to play it solo with console players, nothing. Rocket Racing, I think, is also getting...
Yeah, Rocket Racing is delayed. Getting rid of, I think that...
Garbage and so easy.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So they're getting rid of Rocket Racing as well, and they're getting rid of the the rock band thing.
The festival, Fortnite festival.
Fortnite festival.
Yeah, the thing that like they claimed, like, oh, we can use the Rock Band guitars. Oh, we're going to release all this stuff that is still coming into retail stores and being sold. So there's no real point to it now.
I mean, yeah, it's very strange with that one. So apparently there was an interview like a year ago with what's his name, Sweeney?
Todd Sweeney?
Tom, no.
Something D. I don't know. D's nuts.
Is it Todd or is it Tom?
No, it's not Todd, and it's not Tom.
Mr. Sweeney.
Yeah. With the CEO of Epic, or what's his name? Tim Sweeney. So Tim Sweeney, yeah, and he was saying that Fortnite is making like gangbuster money and all this stuff, and really
billions in the bank,
and saying that there's nothing wrong and everything like that. And now we get to a point where all of a sudden Epic's like, okay, let's just get rid of 1,000 people and cut half of our game modes.
Yeah, I don't...
all at once. It seems very much like, why did you not slowly try and make this more profitable in some other way? It was like they've done some type of Hail Mary to try and get back this money, and they just haven't been able to.
I know they've also given a lot of money to like the creator people who are doing the like those random AI slop game modes and stuff like that, like that are in there that are just rubbish.
I don't know if it is though.
Oh, definitely not. I mean, they could get rid of Save the World, but that's somehow still in the game.
Well, Save the World's free now.
And Brock still refuses to play Save the World with the Save Point boys.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not apologizing for that.
He just hate fun of it.
He hates a lot of things. But
gout.
So it's really sad. I mean, that's a lot of people who've lost their job, and you'd think Epic would be one of the most secure.
That's a concrete, That's, you're there for a while.
Yeah. So Fortnite has had a really big downtick in players and retention in the last while. I mean, we know a lot of people personally who have been playing Fortnite again, but it's overall, it just isn't. It's not where it used to be.
Well, we played it, like a few of the boys. Tom joined us a couple of times. We played it for like 3 weeks consistently, and then we're like, "There's no need to play it anymore."
No, it doesn't have anything that has hooked me in really. Where like I feel like previous seasons when I'd jump into Fortnite after not playing for 6 or 9 months or whatever, there was always something. It was like, "Oh yeah, I'll play it for like 5 or 6 weeks and be really into it," and then I'd fall off, but I'd jump back in. The last 2 times really that I played, it didn't have that.
No, I think the only thing they added that was new that was interesting was the wingsuit, and it was like, oh, okay, well that's okay, I guess.
I feel like Fortnite now each season has so much content jam packed into it, it doesn't let itself marinate enough with a lot of it. Where in the past it was very sparse with its content, and people really wanted the next season because they want more and more. It feels like they've put so much in.
Yeah, each
but you don't have enough
like
time
a reset.
Like a full reset. But who knows?
I have found this thing. I had to go through a roundabout way of getting it. But
Google.
Well, no, it wasn't on there. I remembered I'd saved it to my computer. I had to remote into my computer and send it. Anyway,
let's just talk about it.
So this is supposedly from an ex-Epic employee, and then the next reply is from a supposedly current Epic employee. So, ex-Epic employee here and family member of someone who was laid off today. Basically, the Fortnite excuse is mostly true. They have seen a significant dip in player numbers and consequently income. However, there are quite a few other factors. Not being on mobile for the longest time due to the fights with Apple, Google, so on, hurt the game, especially with growing a new audience of younger players who are largely on their smartphones most of the time. Also, Epic has made some very long-term bets on projects which may not even emerge for several more years, let alone make money, and the Fortnite money was funding that. Finally, whether gamers want to believe it or not, sorry, this is very bad quality. Yes, Fortnite makes a lot of money, but generally most people have no idea the insane amount of money it costs to keep it running and pump out the content at the rate they do. Some of the comments I've seen are massively misinformed and ignorant. Giving away a few PS5s or GPUs and even having guest artists in the game are a drop in the ocean compared to the money needed to just maintain the game itself. What I do disagree with, and happened not long after I left the company, is giving such a massive chunk of Fortnite revenue to creators, and this is said with massive quotes. There are people making fairly shitty Fortnite islands, making multiple millions of dollars a month, which is insane. Underinvestment in the store and a focus on developers rather than players is another complaint a lot of Epic staffers have. Developers want a big player audience to put their games on EGS, so Epic Game Studios, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
And for some reason, senior leadership never seem to grasp that it's not going to happen unless they make the store a better experience for customers. That is a very common complaint, is just the Epic store is so doghouse.
It's terrible, yeah.
Basically, the company put way too much of its focus on keeping Fortnite going at the expense of everything else. And the stuff that Epic did was trying to The stuff that Epic did start trying to diversify will take too long to come to light and start making any meaningful revenue, especially if they continue treating it like they have the Epic Games Store. The next reply is former employee here too. So sorry, I thought it was a current employee.
Yeah.
Choosing to remain anonymous because of my proximity to this mess, but I hope you'll all let me weigh in. I've rarely met so many talented individual contributors in my career. At the same time, a cancer of parasitic, toxic middle managers is consuming the company with ruthless efficiency. They have zero customer focus, none. Their goal is to engage in political maneuvering to establish fiefdoms for themselves and their negative value forced referral hires. They cover for each other and make sure they get promotions and top-tier bonus multipliers. Every one of them I've met has survived these firings. Meanwhile, I've watched Epic's best and brightest gets fired despite their outstanding performance. And the rest of it is just them directly calling out those managers.
That's interesting.
It is, and it definitely paints the picture of like that second comment, particularly a very toxic workplace, if what they're saying is true.
Game studios and film studios, for that matter, and anyone that works in VFX houses, they're not encouraging places to work. You get to do what you want, I guess, because you're working on games. There's very rarely unless you work at like Weta or like even ILM, the houses are crazy. They don't seem to enjoy what they do.
No,
they're there because they're getting paid just enough to survive, and they can't do anything else.
Yeah. But that's like how many times we've seen stuff after a big game comes out and the company that like everyone's been looking forward to it. The company seems to be doing very well. You go down the track of a couple of years and suddenly stories start coming out for that company where it's like, this was a shithouse place to work. The upper management was horrendous, blah, blah. Like, remember when CD Projekt Red had all of that happen?
I don't actually.
Okay, so about
I remember when
years
Rockstar
ago,
had that like
Rockstar has had
6 months
that.
ago
Blizzard's had that on and off for decades.
EA also had it like 6 months ago. Battlefield.
Bungie had it. Like everyone's got
CD
it.
Projekt Red. Well, I was trying to say it the way they say it. I don't know why. Anyway, shut up. A couple of
You lost
a
your
year
train of
ago.
thought now.
They had some stories come out about like how it was to actually work there, not just the sort of PR friendly amp up the company sort of style. It was actually stuff from people that had left the company and was saying it was an okay place to work, but the upper management there was just, they were so disconnected. They either didn't care what we were doing and what we were actually providing them, or they had completely unrealistic views of what it was like to work in the industry anymore.
Well, a lot of the time with those creative companies, such as a game studio, the people higher up, unless it's an older style studio, they weren't devs themselves.
No.
So it just turns into being business and they get disconnected. We talked about this a while ago. But also, like Ben was saying, with like a lot of production houses when it comes to like film and animation and things like that, I feel like there is a lot of negativity in those industries. Gaming's a bit newer, but I mean, like at least in my experience, when I did my film degree and everything like that, and I started looking at actually getting into film jobs and stuff like that, the industry was so fucking toxic. It was so cliquey. It was so much. You're expected to do all this extra work and get nothing for it. Like, I'm not saying you like 12-hour day. You shouldn't be paid for it. Do that for 5 months and then you might get a job type of thing. And people complaining about XYZ and it just felt very negative. A lot of old heads who were like, when I was on my first set, I wasn't standing on my phone doing XYZ, which is fair. You don't want to be doing that when you're doing your job. It's like, well, you should pick up a broom and start sweeping. It was very much like you should go hand your resume in if you want to get a job. Like people who are disconnected.
Yeah.
type of thing and don't understand. It's like, well,
It's not really about what your qualifications are. It's at how much shit will you take before you start getting paid.
Yeah, and I've heard a lot of horror stories from people I know, and it's a lot of the time it's who you know, what and not what you know, and they're still really good. Like I know people who are doing film stuff who are going great and they're having great experience and it's good. But I mean,
there's also 6 other people you know that aren't doing well.
Yeah, and I know people, and it seems like when it's a lot more of a solo or like small group stuff, it's really good now. But a lot of people I'm seeing who are on like proper sets and stuff where there's people in there. Oh, some of the fucking horror stories I hear, it's just not fun. Like, why would you go on? Like, I went to a big conference for a film a couple years ago, big award ceremony thing. I had heaps of panels, all this stuff. And the amount of jaded older people in the industry, there was some really nice older people. It's really encouraging. And I was like, yeah, I want to do it. But some of the jaded older people is like, if you're not perfect at what you do and you don't do 10-hour days for 5 months straight, no weekends, don't expect to go anywhere. You don't deserve a job. Like it was like fuck stuff. And I went with a few friends who were in the same industry and we left being like, I don't want to work in film now.
Yeah.
It's disgusting. It's
I've heard similar from a lot of different industries in that sort of thing. Like particularly where it's a creative industry.
I think a lot of people get intimidated. Not that people know more, but there's more competition.
Yes.
And I think that's the big thing.
You go to any anime expo where they've got any number of big name voice actors there.
Yep.
The first question they get asked is either how do you break into the industry? It's not always the exact first one, but it's like within the first three.
I know what you mean. Yeah.
How do you break into the industry? Blah, blah, blah. Like you see it get asked to anyone in like voice actors, artists, actors, even like YouTube personalities and that get asked as well when they do panels. How do you make it the big time?
We are not big time at all. We haven't made any money, anything like that. I've been asked multiple times, like, how do you do it? Like, not how do you do it in the sense of like, how do you start? Like, how do you get that many views and how do you do something?
It's dedication.
Start with 6 views and then you get more and then you just keep getting more.
Our episodes, they rarely break 100 views, but the shorts we're getting hundreds of thousands a month on nearly every platform. And it's just because we're just being consistent.
Yeah, and that's the big thing I think that a lot of people, we're sort of vying off course here.
Yeah.
But that's the big thing I think a lot of people struggle with is like, as soon as it starts, not getting hard, but as soon as the momentum runs out, as soon as the novelty of it wears out, they lose that focus. They lose the momentum. They lose the like, I need to upload every single day. I need to upload. Like a main episode goes up once a week. We have shorts, three
times a day. So we've got 21 a week.
Yeah. And to be fair, we've managed to automate a lot of that.
It's still like
Tom's still doing 99% of the work.
Oh, no, it's not even that. It's like I've automated it, but it's also still
manual automation.
Yes, I've gotten half of it automated. The other half, I've still got to put about 6 hours in a week just on the shorts to make sure they go up. And now we've started posting on Facebook as well because I was actually told by a bigger creator, like a fairly big one.
Yes. Do you want a name drop?
Shout out to Russ Eats. I've talked to Russ Eats a few times. He was telling us Facebook's the way to go for a lot of stuff. So started posting on Facebook, and I don't have a way to automate that yet, and it doesn't want to automatically go off Instagram. So I've got to actively be up and awake and actively post on there.
Mm-hmm.
And our post times are 1 a.m., 8 a.m., 7 p.m. So a lot of the time I'm up at 1 a.m. posting a clip every single day. I've missed a few, or it's been a few hours later, or a little bit early and a couple things, but that's how it is when we're posting the 4 platforms at once.
Yeah.
We vied pretty wildly off what we were talking about, but yeah, it is a shame that these people lost their jobs.
Well, EA just did the same thing. They had one of their biggest releases since like Battlefield 1, made a ton of money, and they laid off like half the Battlefield studio staff just all because there was no reason. Massive profits, and they go, well, we can make more profits.
There would be some reason, probably not just all of the time.
No, absolutely not.
What was the other little studio Sony just closed?
Blue Point.
No. There was another one just in like the last couple of days, I think. They dropped another company. They closed another company. This was one that like hasn't actually done much front-facing work. It seems like they haven't released anything in quite a while.
Yeah.
But it was like also like, hey, it had some big names behind this company. If I can find out what it is, we might talk about it next week.
I don't know. It feels like every single week now going into gaming news, there's always a company that's shutting down or massive layoffs or something cooked. There's barely hearing anything good. But
we get a GTA 6 delayed announcement again soon this year. It's gonna be a sad year for gaming.
The year will be over. I mean, like there's this good stuff this year. I mean, there's been great games. And speaking of that, do we want to have a quick update on Crimson Desert?
Yeah, I'll let Ben go first. Do you change your view of it?
I think it keeps changing every update they bring out, which has been like one a day for the last week, nearly almost. It's still good. It's very, very good. It definitely opens up after like hours 6 to 8 because everyone said that in the tour. It was like, oh, it gets good if you can get past that part. And I was like, half the time I don't tend to believe that sort of stuff because it's like, if it's good, it's good. And it was enjoyable. Once you finally get through like the first 2 or 3 chapters where it's like just softballing you the tutorial, but in like a different way, there's so much shit to do in that game.
It is, yeah.
Rock has somehow doubled my hours that I have.
I have sunk a lot of. I'm moving my score. I gave it a 7 last week, I believe.
No, you gave it an 8.
You gave it 8?
8. I'm moving it to a 9. It's a low 9, but it's a 9. I said last week I haven't had a game that like has grabbed my attention and like kept me interested like
in a long time.
So long.
We got a lot of comments on our clips agreeing with you on that.
Yeah.
A lot of people saying that Crimson Desert
the first
really
thing
helped
Brock says to me every morning when I get to work and see him is, I just want to go home and play Crimson Desert.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
And we talk about it for 15 minutes and don't do any work.
I sit there for 8 hours just thinking, I just want to go home. I'm like sitting there like an addict, just like, I just want to go home.
Yeah, no.
Go home.
One more hit. Yeah.
I go to a work computer to look up something and then there's like Crimson Desert armor patches or there's random stuff on computers everywhere. But you can see Brock's been Googling stuff.
Yeah, looking up for stuff for like little bits and pieces where I'm like, I'm going to do this tonight. I'm going to do this tonight. And then I get home and I start playing and I immediately get distracted. Like, I'm going to go and find this last piece of this armor set because I want to have this full set. Oh, there's a bandit camp. Okay, I'm going to go fix this thing. And okay, now I've got this bit. I can try and upgrade this thing. Oh, cool. I've found another Abyss resource thing that I can use to like upgrade some more points. I just need to complete this. It is just one distraction after another. And I'm loving it every single step.
So much of the map to explore
Since
too.
Crimson Desert's had a bit more time to marinate, public perception, I think, is pretty much just it's just positive. There's a lot of people that have been negative.
They have been.
Yeah, well,
some of them are fair. Yeah.
But what we said last week about you either love or hate this game and you die on the hill of that is 100% legit.
Yeah, definitely.
We have put up a few clips of this game now, and there's always people fucking going ballistic on one end of the spectrum going, this is terrible, it's the worst thing ever, blah, 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 blah. And then other people going off their nut if you say one bad thing about it. This game's so good, just have fun. Like, what are you talking about? Blah, blah, blah. It's like...
I said like one negative thing about it and got ripped to shreds by people.
You wouldn't stop sucking a stick last week and that wasn't good enough. Yeah. They were like, I don't understand. People will just, this is the game that people are hyper fixating on. This is my, not even my personality, but this is the thing I'm going to die on a hill defending. The game's good. We agree.
The game's really good.
Stop yelling about it.
I'm going to make a prediction now. It's going to be nominated for Game of the Year.
Oh, is that even a question? Like, of course it is.
GTA comes out before it's meant.
I'm just saying it's being nominated.
Yeah.
I'm still giving other games that may come out this year benefit of the doubt.
There might be something better. Lego, Batman.
Oh, not enough stuff will come out, I reckon, to knock it off.
I don't know what big games. I mean, there's James Bond, First Light. That looks good.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a
Lego Batman.
Yeah.
And then obviously GTA. I don't know if there's anything else coming out that's
of the same scale. I mean, look, there's some stuff I'm looking forward to. Like I'm still looking forward to Pragmata next month.
Yeah, true. Hosey comes out. That's a little indie game that I want to play. That comes out tomorrow, I think.
I don't know if like the stuff I'm looking forward to. I don't know if that's going to have the sort of audience ready for it to give it that same sort of what's the
gravitas.
Sure. I mean, it's not the word I was looking for, but it fits.
Yeah.
It's not going to have the presence really to
Well,
compete.
I think Crimson Desert came out of like everyone had heard about it in some regard, and then they put that trailer out, and I was like, I don't know what I was expecting. Nothing in this trailer tells me anything about the game other than I want to give it a go, and I did, and we both did, and even Tom played it last night.
Yeah, so I bought Crimson Desert last night because I found it actually is on Mac.
Yes.
This is after my PC just wanted to blow up. I was like, you know what? I was always going to play this game. I was just going to wait a little while. And now that I'm limited to what I can play, I was like, you know what? It looks good enough. I'm going to play it. I bought
got
it.
very excited when it popped up in the corner of my screen at like 11 o'clock.
Yeah, I waited.
TK is playing Crimson Desert. I was like, yes, he's got it.
I played it for maybe half an hour and refunded it.
Yeah.
And that's not because the game's bad. It is just not optimized very well on Mac. I don't have the world's most powerful Mac anymore. It was a $5,000 machine 3 years ago. I've got an M2 Max MacBook Pro, and it just couldn't run it at all good. Like, it was getting high frame rates, but the graphics were so muddy and clustered, like it was unplayable level.
Mm-hmm.
I've played games, bad graphics, and just dealt with it. That's fine. I wish I had it still up there to show you how bad it was. It was unplayable.
Yep.
And I was like, oh, is it just this first part? Because it's at night. And I was like, I got to literally the first bit of combat, and I'm like, no, I can't tell what's going on. I really couldn't. It wasn't the resolution. I could bump the resolution up. Like, I turned off like frame gen. I did all this stuff. It got the only time it looked somewhat decent, it was going at like 15 frames. But it went from being like muddy, terrible shit to this looks really good.
Did it give you, like when you first booted it up, did it actually compile shaders or anything? Or did it just like you just went straight into the game?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it did.
Okay.
But like I don't know what was going on.
I still get weird hitches like that with the graphics. Like you walk into a cave, it's pitch black and then not working, and then like sometimes the water's just like
it wasn't even like that. It was like, I wish I could. I'm gonna try and find a video because it was muddy. You couldn't tell that like the arm is fusing into the grass. I can't tell what's where. I can only tell because there's movement. Like it was
like an oil painting.
Basically,
yeah.
Look, really
was
bad.
All smeary.
Yeah.
I have noticed a few little not glitches, but I have noticed a few graphical hitches like that. I haven't had it where it's been like to that extent though. Mostly it's just been like, you know, grass or a tree's waving in the wind and there's like a bit of ghosting behind it. But it's only for a second or two and then it disappears.
Yeah, I didn't even have that. Like I was happy to play it very low. I mean, tried it on a monitor, tried it on the actual screen, which I can bump down the resolution heaps because that screen is so nice and it's small.
Yep.
Nothing I did worked, so I had to return the game because I bought the better edition, like the one
deluxe.
Yeah. So I've returned that. I will buy this game again
when it comes down in price. And
well, no, I'll probably buy again full cop when I've got a computer. I'm not playing on PlayStation. I think I'd probably love it, but I think I'll prefer to have it on PC.
I think a lot of the negative comments of the game now are console players because I still don't think it's running
very well.
No, I don't think it's optimized very well for a lot of stuff from what I've seen.
We'll talk about consoles in a moment, but
I did see that they're also looking at a Switch 2 port.
Which
that will be hard.
Yeah, I'd be really interested to see how well it runs on that. I don't know if I'd be interested enough to buy it a second time unless they do something like The Witcher does.
They probably could because, I mean, this is running on Macs. I mean, like they can get it running on like an M4 MacBook, which you can go on an iPad. Like surely they have. Yeah, I mean, look, they've
bring us the mobile port.
Every single company has the capability to get it running on lower hardware.
Yeah.
It's just, are they willing to spend the cost
time and money to do it?
Developing it or not developing, but supporting it.
Yeah, to that device.
Would be very interesting.
I will say as well, all the people complaining about the story for it, the story is definitely on the weaker side, but I will say it's only the overarching story at the moment definitely seems to be like, yeah, this is completely forgettable, blah, blah, blah. Going around collecting all the missing Greymanes and finding all of them.
How many do you have so far?
I have.
'Cause I'm at like 53 and I haven't collected any for about a week.
I don't know if I've got that many. I think I'm in the 20s.
Yeah, no, I went.
But I've like the story clips you get of like when you're reunited with them. I'm really enjoying all of them. I think like they're actually pretty good.
The secondary story is very, very good. Like all the interactions with people and like you said, all the Greyman stuff with like your Hollow Hill or whatever it's called.
Howling Hill. Yeah.
Howling Hill, very cool.
Yes.
I did like my first another big story mission after like that first part, and then you spend 8 hours of the game just doing like side stuff, but it's the main story where there was something with the Abyss again, and I was like, oh, that's cool. I have no idea what's going on. I have no idea, which I honestly don't care. If I get new cool abilities or whatever's going, that's fine.
It's what the Abyss side of the story definitely strikes me as, hey, this is all the Eastern MMO stuff, because Eastern MMO stories are always so convoluted and you just don't know what any of it is. It's just like, cool, yep, all the pretty people are talking. Just let me hit things, please.
I'm just doing the main story because apparently that's how you get the dragon mount.
Yes.
So
that's what we're working towards. Since the patch that not the most recent one, the one prior, they've added 5 more mounts as well.
Yeah, different.
One was a bear, there was an elk. I can't remember what the other 3 were, but all 5 of them I was looking at.
We jump off this stuff now.
Yeah,
we're just rehashing basically what we did last week.
Yes.
Besides the new updates.
But yeah, we're still enjoying it. Anyway,
I think Crimson Desert it will be a Game of the Year nominee. It probably won't win to GTA 5, but it will be up there.
Yeah. Talking of consoles.
That's what I was just going to say. So for people who haven't seen, PlayStation has just announced, or they've just announced that they are now going to increase the price of the PS5, the PlayStation 5 Slim Digital, and PlayStation 5 Pro, and also the PlayStation Portal. So these are Australian prices, but this will give you a bit of an idea. In Australia, they are increasing the PS5 from $829.95 to $1,000 AUD. The digital is going from $750 to $919.95.
So $920 more.
Yeah, basically $920.
Such a weird price.
The PlayStation 5 Pro is going from $1,200 to $1,400, and the PlayStation Portal is going from $329.95 to basically $390. Is this getting to the level that you just can't be a casual gamer without spending a bunch of money?
Yeah.
Like a console, a second controller, like a headset, a game or two is like $1,500 now.
Yeah, it's to the point.
That's providing you have a TV or a monitor already.
Yeah. I mean, that stuff hasn't gone up in price yet.
Yeah.
But
yes,
this is a joke. What did the PlayStation 5 start at originally? $750? $729?
I think I paid $750.
I think I was $750 for mine as well.
I got
launched.
a big price hike not soon after launch, but like after launch at some point.
Like $750, and that was with a disc.
$1,000 for a base console is a fucking joke.
Because I remember when the digital, it would have been $750 because the digital was $699.
Yeah. But
because there's only a $50 difference or something.
What a joke. A PlayStation is now $1,000.
Yeah.
Like a base one, $1,000 Australian. That's what we were hoping the PlayStation 5 Pro was going to be. Now, $1,400 for a PS5 Pro?
You may as well just buy a midline PC.
Yeah, legitimately. But no, because the prices of the PCs have gone up. A midline PC
is now going up to $2,000.
2-3 months ago, like why not? You can just get a basic tower with a graphics card and it's going to destroy this thing. But now they've gone through the roof, like we've said.
And again,
gaming's
that's
getting
still
so
not
expensive.
Factoring in monitor and everything else. Yeah,
exactly. Gaming is getting
games aren't getting cheaper either.
No. Like it's
Nintendo's might be, but we'll talk about that later.
But man, like what at this stage? This RAM shortage, and I think the biggest thing actually is going to be this SSD shortage.
Which is probably why they've gone up.
Yes, this has to be a bubble. It can't keep like this.
No.
It doesn't, everything I've heard about this hasn't even been like, okay, this is delays because of XYZ, and eventually we'll catch up. Like there was a lot.
There was
during
during
2020,
COVID, there was a lot of stuff,
but
and we were playing catch up.
This just seems like no, the prices are just higher now. We're not changing our pace because all these big AI companies are buying it, and they're just happy to make their money through that.
Yeah, on the one side, you got all the AI companies buying up all the stuff that should be just for consumer grade. And then on the other side, you've got all the stuff happening elsewhere in the world, like we'll just call it politics, quotations,
Yeah.
which is affecting global trade. And you've got like helium prices going through the roof, which is what they need to produce most of the chips and everything, and the silicon in all these chips as well. It's, yeah, as Tom said, it's ridiculous being a gamer right now. Like it's hitting your wallet the hardest it ever has.
Yeah.
Like most consoles at this stage in their life are getting massive price drops because they're trying to clear old stock.
6 years this year.
Yeah.
I for sure thought the PS6 would be announced before something like this happened.
Every rumor I've seen, every analyst who's looked at it has said that any PlayStation 6 reveal is being pushed back now.
Well,
they're
that's
not going to be like, with a price increase like this, they're not suddenly going to go, oh yeah, everyone who like bites the bullet on this, by the way, we've got this brand new thing that's the exact same price.
The other thing was that the Steam machine, the Steam box or whatever, that's been pushed back. Apparently, sources have said because of all these shortages.
Yeah,
that was supposed to be.
Seen that.
Yeah, was supposed to be early 2026.
Yeah, you're right.
We're getting into second quarter now of 2026.
Didn't they put a thing out saying if you know a line on SSDs or anything like that, contact us because they've got no way of getting any parts to build these machines?
I didn't see that.
Yeah.
See, I struggle with thinking that Valve would struggle. Yeah, like I know they're not like
they've had that supply line with the Steam Deck for years now.
Yeah,
surely they would have something.
I know they're not as big a producer as Sony and all
but
that.
they're
Like
just big name. They've got that dick they can just swing around to try and get clients. But what do you do now? Like gaming's becoming
you go outside.
really it's unattainable. It's like it's not unattainable, but
don't
it's
be
like
silly.
Imagine if we were kids again and this is the prices for a console. My dad, my mum's never gonna pay that for a console for me.
That's a week's wage.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
That's a week's wage for like a middle, like a low income earner.
Oh no, man, like close to
Middle.
medium.
Yeah.
Like at least here in Australia, that's
$1,000 a week. Yeah, that's well above
that's
low.
above for a lot of people. Like that's really rough, man. And it's not these retailers' faults. These are like PlayStations. They're like consoles are like Apple. It's the company tells you this is what we're selling it for, and they make razor thin margins. Like companies are probably making a few bucks on these things.
On the hardware, yes.
Yeah.
Per unit, it's a couple of bucks.
It's not much at all.
Well, I mean, a PS5 controller used to be what? $100, $89. It's now
89, 99.
Yeah.
120,
120 for the plain colors. 124. It's 124. It's not the 125. It's 124 for them. Limited edition ones like the new Hyper Pop or whatever they're called. Those
$135.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. The 10th of the price of the console.
Yeah. People are always complaining about the Switch Joy-Cons being $120 for a pair. And it's like, that's just the normal state it is now. Like, and then technically you're getting two controllers for that price.
The thing with this is the PlayStation, and I'm assuming the Xbox will also have a price hike as well eventually, is they're getting into, not that they weren't, but definitely they're getting more into being a premium product, which I don't see it as that though. If I play something, as someone who had a PC, I'm playing the PlayStation when I want convenience and just something quick and easy. I'm not playing premium price to play something on that when I can buy it on my PC and it will look better and do a lot of things
that you
better.
Just locked out of. Like
now this is like a very much a premium product, like $1,000. That's
a lot of money.
That's a lot of money.
$750 was a lot of money when I bought it in 2019,
the
2020.
PS5 when it first came out was like, well, this is the most expensive console I can remember in my time.
Yeah.
I know the PS3 was very similar when it came out, but it was also Blu-ray player. It had big internal storage. A couple things are still very expensive for what it was, but that
it's worth the money.
Yeah.
Not even made it worth, but gave it more of a reason to get it.
The Portal, close to $400 for something that, hey, do you want to play your games that like, make them look shitter and possibly lag out all the time?
I always thought the Portal was actually cheap for what it was.
At $329, not really. Like cool, I want to play it in bed. Just buy another monitor and use the controller you've already got. Another monitor is going to cost you doesn't need to be.
A handheld is always a way better experience for certain things.
Okay, if it could run stuff on its own, I'd say $400 for that, for being able to access the PlayStation Classic library or something, and just play it through that. Like I'd pay $400 for that.
Oh, I would as well, but I understand
for not being able to do anything else with it, because to get now the PlayStation Portal, it's hey, I need one of those other 3 things to even use it.
Yeah, I know.
It's always been that way.
The PlayStation Portal's appeal in Australia has been very limited because our internet is very shoddy to start with. I mean, there's a lot of places it's fairly good now, but still, it doesn't have the appeal it does overseas.
If we had access to PlayStation Now and it was a cloud library like it is in every other country, and using a Portal would be hectic because it's just cloud-based.
It'd be very cool, except for like a third of the price, I can do the exact same thing with my phone and just any controller that my phone sits in.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, it's a little bit different. Your phone doesn't look as good as the Portal screen. It's not as big.
It's only a 1080 screen.
That doesn't matter if 1080 can still look better than the one on your phone.
Running 1080 on this is going to look the exact. It's just a slightly bigger screen. That's it.
No,
it's not how phone screen works.
Yeah,
it technically is the same resolution. It doesn't look the same though.
Yeah, no, it doesn't. Yeah. I mean, that's looking at 1080p OLED and the normal one. We got 1080p OLED on the fucking Thors, and they look insane.
Yeah, they're destroyed. This phone screen looks fucking very hectic on the Fold 7.
So does this. I mean, especially when I take the thing off. But the Thor looks way better.
The Thor looks so much better.
I mean, I know it is a little bit more compressed, but not enough to be crazy.
When I'm playing PS2 games on it, they look outstanding.
I don't know why you would buy a PS5 Pro now.
I don't know why you bought one in the first place.
I can see sort of the appeal. I was tempted at points, especially with the limited edition.
That's the only reason.
It was cool.
But what else are you games that have come out now that the PS5 Pro sort of work on?
Well, you know what? Literally, Crimson Desert is the first game where I'm I feel like you need to have a PS5 Pro to properly enjoy it. At least from what I've seen on the PlayStation.
Yep.
I mean,
but even then, Brandon's got one. There's no impact on him being able to play or not play the game. It doesn't work. The PSR or whatever it is, they're upscaling 4K 120, whatever that thing is, doesn't work. He had to turn it off to get the game to run even slightly okay.
I don't think
what about just 4K 60?
I don't think it's been optimized for the Pro yet either. There's no big performance thing because Ghost of Yotei 2 months ago, I think, finally got their big, hey, this has now the PS Pro enhancement added to it. You can
slightly different story there because it's a Sony studio that was natively built for that.
I realize, but if they've released the game for the console, have they gone and made, hey, we're also adding the +1 mode where you can turn it to 11?
Yeah.
I don't think they've gone back and done that for
this is the
that yet.
Second version of that I think they've done. Not the update for the game, but the upscaling tech for it. It was only very particular game. Yeah. So, but even then, there's no reason really. There was no benefit to buy a Pro because it was still digital.
Well, the big thing is you can play the games in 8K. How many people do you know that have an 8K TV?
8K TVs were a bit of a gimmick. They will come back eventually, but brands sell them. You're gonna struggle to find one easily.
The reason they took 8K off the PS5 box.
8K for most people, people get this idea in their head, and this comes back to cameras a lot, that high megapixel or higher resolution means better. It doesn't. You can get a really shit 8K image. Yep. And you're not going to use it. And nothing utilizes 8K. As someone who has a bunch of cameras, I've got 4 cinema level cameras. None of them do 8K. Only one of them does 6K, and that's this guy here. I am very rarely going to record 6K on this, only if I'm probably going to do a wide shot here and just gives a bit more room to crop in. It looks good, but you don't have the screen to properly show it off. And they're just, the tech's just not there yet. We're not there. We're not at the 6, we're not at the 8K level yet.
Even streaming services don't do 4K streaming.
4K is still a struggle for a lot of things.
Yeah, the bit rate does not have, like, internet's not good enough. The streaming platforms can't handle all that information. And you're just not going to utilize 8K ever. Unless it's like they make it super cheap and everything all of a sudden just gets turned up to 11. It's not happening.
Not to mention there's no performance benefit to it anyway.
No,
it will just look better. I will say there's a big jump when you go from especially 1080 to 2K. I feel like there's a massive jump there. 2K to 4K is diminishing returns.
Depends how far away you sit from it. If you sit far enough away, it looks the same. 4K. Oh.
Yep, keep going.
The 4K, like a 4K resolution, if you're like over 1.5 meters back on a smaller screen, you can't tell the difference between that and 2K.
No, not all the time. No. I mean, like I've got a 5K monitor, and I only got that because of video editing, and I do 4K and then 6K footage. So it just, I need it for that. For games, I was running stuff at 4K. Actually, no, I was running at 5K because my computer could handle it. Didn't need it. I was playing a couple things the other night on 2K, and it looks fucking great on that screen. Like ultra wide 2K. Yeah. It's great. I'm like, oh man, I'm surprised. I actually don't really need to play stuff 4K.
Your color depth and your refresh rate is going to make more of a difference than going for a massive resolution. I want to
talk about refresh rate actually and frames. So when I was playing Crimson Desert for a little bit the other night, and there was a couple of other games I was playing. Shall I get to one of your questions? I was playing Bionic Commando. To get Crimson Desert running on my Mac, just because my PC died, I had to change some frame rate stuff. So at one point I limited it to 30 frames, and then one point I limited it to 60 frames. Oh my God, I can't go back and play stuff at 30 anymore.
No.
I can't.
No.
Like that is the biggest thing that makes me want to play a game is a frame rate now. 60, it doesn't need to be 120. That's great. 165, that's great as well. If I can do it, I'll do it. But 60 is almost the minimum for a lot of things now. It depends on the type of game.
Yes.
But the jump up, I was like, 30 felt so sluggish and slow and just, it couldn't do what I wanted, where 60 was like, okay, now it doesn't feel like there's input lag. It feels like I'm actually doing everything that I want. Fine. And I just hadn't experienced that in ages because all my stuff on PlayStation, all my games that I'm playing on computer, I'm always getting more than that. And I just hadn't had that in ages. So the whole idea is where people are like, oh, you can't tell the difference between 30 and 60 frames or whatever. It's fucking bullshit.
It really is.
I mean, like, I guess the refresh rate and frames per second on the screen is different, but that's my piece.
Yeah. I'm sure that there is like a point where going from 120 up to 144, you might not see the exact difference.
Battlefield 6
I mean, I played a bit of Crimson Desert on cinematic, running it in 4K, and it's pushing like 63 frames.
Yeah.
Which is not terrible. Obviously, there's a lot of combat in that game, so I don't want to run it in cinematic.
See, I need to go through and change mine again because mine's currently running in cinematic, but I'm only running it at 2K because that's the maximum my screen can do.
Yes. Yeah. I've tweaked, like I'm running everything on Ultra, and then I've turned some of the simulation stuff down a little bit because like I don't care if the waterfall looks pretty. I'm not jumping in the waterfall because it hurts you and kills you.
Yeah. If you can't stab through it, it's that's pretty, and then you never look at it.
Turn it down. It's stupid. Yeah, I appreciate it. It looks really good, and it looks similar to Red Dead, if not better. I don't need to look at it. I just turn it down. I'm getting like 75 in combat, like 93 just walking around doing exploratory stuff. That's perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Anything competitive, I can see where 120 might be a benefit.
Yes.
You don't need to be doing that.
I will say, I was playing, we talked about the other week, I talked about a game that I thought was really fun as a kid and went back and played was Bionic Commando. I got it really cheap on Steam. My monitor is if I do it 5K, I can go up to 165 hertz. So I started playing that game 165 hertz. I'm like, hectic. The models look shit because it's from 2009, blah, blah, blah. Really fun. Because it's an old game, it was, because I was running at 165 frames, it fucked up the physics.
Yeah.
So I had to go cap the game to 60. I found this online on a Steam forum. And like there's certain things I couldn't do. So I went and capped it to 60, went back in. I was like, whoa. I immediately could tell how big of a dip down it was. Wasn't to the level where I was like, I don't want to play this.
Mm-hmm.
I instantly got used to it after like 5 minutes. So it was fine. It just blows my mind, people who think that they can't tell a difference in high frames or hertz. It's like, have you tried? Like, I know I'm going back to that, but that's just...
I think it just comes down to people not actually realizing what it means.
Yeah.
And it kind of comes like, you get a game on PlayStation, it doesn't give you the option unless you go like it's one of those AAA where it's like performance or quality. It just plays in what the game developers want you to play it in.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, there's that.
Is Bionic Commando, now that you're playing it on PC, was your frames tied? You said that it affected the physics.
Yes.
Was it the higher the frames, the faster all the physics?
No, it wasn't like that.
They're cool in some instances because everything looks freaky.
That's like Fallout.
Yeah.
No, I didn't. There was a couple things I'm like, oh, this is weird glitches I don't remember ever having when I played this on Xbox 360. There's like attacks where you can like grab onto someone and like zip in and like kick them and things like that. And I'll do that and I'll just get stuck on the back of an enemy and just like sliding around on them, and I couldn't detach. I couldn't do any of this stuff.
Yeah.
It just couldn't deal with it.
Yeah, okay.
The game had a 5K resolution option, which I was very surprised for 2009. Like 5K widescreen.
And depending on the engine, sometimes they would just, you can scale it to whatever.
Well, yeah.
And
it looked really
game will
nice.
do it, but
But there was like a time in the tutorial where there's like an attack where you can connect your bionic arm and like whip it up and throw it at people, and it just was whipping it up way too high and I couldn't do the tutorial properly. Yeah. But I mean, I got it sorted in the end.
Yeah.
Oh well. Now I can't play the fucking thing because my computer's broken.
Yeah, thanks HP.
Yeah, well, speaking on that, I wanted to talk about number 5 on here real quick. So when my computer shit the bed, I was like, fuck, what am I going to do? I might end up getting... I might be able to get some money back from it and get a new computer. And I was like, do I want to get a custom built? Do I want to get a pre-built? And I saw like there's a Zeus ROG Nook. It's like a
Nook.
Nook. NUC. Yeah. Gaming computer, which is basically, it's a laptop GPU in like a small chassis. It's like really portable. It's got like a Ultra 9 in it. It's got a 32 gigabyte of RAM, 5080, 5070 Ti, whatever configuration you want. Plenty of storage, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, I want to see some performance of this thing, because maybe I could get this and it could be something that could be portable, plug it into the TV.
Yeah, it's not going to be like a perfect replacement, but
it'll be like 50% of what I had. But
yes.
But maybe I could put that money into a more efficient work machine and then have a dedicated game line, blah, whatever. So I went onto YouTube to look up some computer reviews of this thing, and I was showing these guys. AI slop has taken over everything now.
Yeah.
I look up this Zeus Nook review on YouTube. Like, out of the first 10, there is like, at least when we looked then, there was about 4 just straight up AI videos. Hey guys, welcome back. We are looking at the Asus ROG.
AUSU, ROG, NUC.
Yeah.
Every other one was like the TikTok voice.
The TikTok AI voice, and like the text to speech. And I'm like, fucking hell, there's so much shit now.
And there was one we watched
over
for like almost 5 minutes trying to think like, is this AI or is this not? It was like, sounded like some, 18-year-old talking with a slight...
slight slur.
Well, I was going to say a speech impediment, but sure.
Oh.
Equally as bad as he
But yeah, but then it wasn't until it said it exactly as you said, ROG NUC. I was like, okay, yeah, that's AI.
ROG AUS ASUS NUC.
I'm surprised YouTube's letting that slide. Because don't the videos get reviewed before they get uploaded?
Nope.
No, they do. Yeah, they do.
Yes.
They watch the first 3 minutes. That's it.
Who uploads a video every week for the last 2 years? Yeah.
They don't watch it start to finish.
I didn't say that.
That's not what he said. He said reviewed. Reviewed doesn't mean looked at by. This is done by another AI.
I was going to say, yeah. Speaking of the AI and the bubble and all the rest of it, there have been now reports that AI-generated imagery is now using other AI-generated art as reference. So it's now falling back on itself.
Circle.
Yeah.
So I think there'll be at some point, there'll be a way
Did we talk about Sora? No, I don't think. I think
I
that's
don't think we.
too recent.
No, we might have mentioned it last.
No, I don't think we did. Did we talk about Sora?
Disney.
Yeah. Well,
Technically,
I
yeah.
don't think we did. I was going to quickly mention that there's a recent court case that came through saying that AI art cannot be copyrighted because it's not created by a person.
but it's using.
The Sora behind you.
Yeah. I don't know. That's a bit of a weird one there.
Well, no, it means that like if you create something using AI art, you can't then go, no one else is allowed to copy this because you didn't create it in the first place.
Yeah, I understand that, but then there's also like I agree with that, but there's also other ways where you can teeter on the line of copyright infringement, but use AI, and then that could be a workaround to not get in trouble.
Because I mean, people can be like, I want this art to look like a Jackson Pollock painting, and it's like you've ripped his style that is his definitive style. Doesn't look the same as anything he's done, but it's in his style. Whereas is that still copyright? Because you didn't
use
technically
characters that look close enough, and it's like
no, you can't copyright it. Is what I mean.
You can't copyright the result.
Saying. That's what I mean. It's like if someone, I don't think you're understanding what I'm saying. Like you can't draw a photo of like Mickey Mouse and make money off it or something.
No.
Like, but if you go cartoon Steamboat Mouse or some shit like that,
I think that's free use now, Steamboat.
Yeah, but I'm just using that as an example. It is.
Are you meaning that the results they get out, say they make 40 pictures of different characters in the AI style, they can't then copyright that style?
They can't copyright the results.
Okay, yeah.
Well, that's what I mean. It ends up being that you could basically copyright infringe on someone else, and that's a free card to be like, oh, well, that's fine. I can just do that because was created by AI.
But then that AI uses that art as reference, and then we're back to square one again.
I don't know. Like, I really hope AI will and won't be a bubble. I feel like with AI, there is a lot of old people who are getting super invested in it because their first-hand experience is using ChatGPT and doing things they never thought they could do on a computer real quick.
I want the recipe for pancakes.
Yeah, which is understandable. But so there's
Mix
all
broken
this
glass with
there's
milk.
all this push into going into AI for like all these businesses and things like that. And I still haven't seen, besides some of the creative fields like special effects and stuff, I haven't seen personally what these big companies have done with AI that are investing into it. What have you done? Like you're saying, it's more efficient, this thing or this thing or this. But what are you doing?
Yeah.
You're
not making things better. You're trying
shortcuts.
You've found let me catch my thoughts here. They've presented the product before actually saying, hey, here's the problem the product solves. And now they're going backwards and saying, oh, here's all the problems that like we've got this product for.
There's use cases for it. It's just I don't see the big ones that are going to be world changing yet. And I think a lot of people are buying into this idea. It's like the .com bubble. It's like, yeah, websites are important and we're using them.
It's like 3D TV.
Not the same thing.
Well, in my mind it is.
No, it's not, because who's still using a fucking 3D TV? Who's using a website? We've got 4 open right now. It's the fact that it's still an important thing and it's very going to be used a lot, but it's not a super world-changing thing like people thought websites were going to be in the 90s, and when people were buying shit like crazy and then the bubble burst because they realized, hey, this isn't going to be
the yellow pages but digital.
Yeah, exactly. It's not. I feel like that's what AI is going to be. Probably bigger extent than what this was, in the fact that it's going to be useful for a long time and it's going to be continuously upgraded. It's not just a concept that's just going to be.
If it's used correctly, I think it'll stick around. Like, I mean, they did it for the Dune movies. They didn't want to go through and comp all the blue eyes onto all the Dune people, so they used AI to train when there is an iris to like change the hue of it to be this blue color, and they did it for like the entire movie. I think it was mainly the second one, but they created a tool that's fit a particular use. Same in like, I think they did it with some of the Spider-Verse stuff with animating the face lines and stuff. There's a use case for it. They built the tool for their needs and they're using it. People using ChatGPT for like stupid stuff, like automate my emails. Like, don't give a random AI access to your emails.
No, that's just.
I use ChatGPT honestly to format things properly and make it look more
English.
official. Yeah, legitimately, it's just like a spell check, and I use it for a couple of things for the thumbnails, like just ease of use things.
When we were looking up these AI videos that are like doing PC reviews, one of the adverts was, hey, I can get this AI to write emails in my style, blah, blah, blah. It's like,
Yeah.
No. As you said, don't give it access to all this stuff.
You know what? Everyone's going to do that. It's going to be robots talking to robots on your behalf.
Yeah.
Have you seen the video of the ChatGPT talking to ChatGPT, and then it goes, "Hey, I noticed you're an AI assistant." It's like, "Yeah, so am I."
The hotel reservation thing?
Yeah, and then they talk in their codec or whatever it is to make it to make it sound easier for them to actually communicate. And they go, "Okay, cool," and they do it all.
Yeah, it's two R2D2s talking to each other. It's cool, but it's also like, I don't like this.
Yeah.
No.
It was it's a cool, it makes sense, but I don't know. They'll all be doing that.
Like I had something I was going to say on that it was really cool and epic, but I've forgotten now.
Yeah, it would have changed
We didn't
everyone's
really talk
worldviews.
about the whole Sora thing after all that.
No, would you guys want to quickly talk about that? I'll try and think of what I was saying.
Yeah, Disney backed out of a deal because of AI.
No, it was a little bit more than that. They invested a lot of money into, was it OpenAI?
Something like that, yes.
Yeah, and then it all turned out to be that they don't want to use it anymore, and their brilliant video generative tool Sora is shutting down.
Well, it was more that they realized that, hey, this thing is going to have access to all of our copyrighted characters, and they won't be copyright anymore if it generates anything from them.
Yeah, I think the idea behind that, cool. I mean, I've seen all the videos of what people have made now of like the new Severus Snape actor for the new HBO Harry Potter show. Already, like they announced the trailer, and then literally like an hour and a half later, there was videos of him just like doing rap battles and all this sort of stuff in Hogwarts. Like they're quick with it, and they're very well done.
There's some very skilled people out there like that can work the AI to get a good result out of it.
I would say that a year ago, now it is too easy. You can be like, I want Dumbledore and Dobby having a rap battle on top of a dragon, and it'll pull the most likely results for those images and make a 3D model and do the video. It's way too easy.
So, one thing I was going to say, dystopian about AI. I remember what I was going to say. So there's been a big thing in the job sector at the moment. This is worldwide, where people are applying, jobs are getting overflooded by people applying for them because now you can quickly put dot points into ChatGPT or something. It's like, make a resume out of this. So it's very low entry level for people to apply without much effort. They've been applying for these jobs, and then a lot of the jobs are using AI to filter them for people using AI.
Yeah.
And it's turning into this just over itself, just AI on top of each other, fucking burger of just...
It's robots catching robots. It is.
Well,
the
the other thing is, have you seen...
It's a captcha.
You
That's
probably
all
haven't
it is.
seen it, but have you seen on Twitter, I've seen it on TikTok as well, people are going in for interviews and being interviewed by an AI.
Wasn't there like something in Australia for that?
There was a few of them.
Or like
real
being or something
fired by AIs. It's like, hey guys, we understand this is a hard time for you, but the company is also hurting. So we need to let off 25 people. But like
you've been selected
and
randomly.
I've seen videos of, there's a guy in America who put a video up of him getting interviewed by an AI. The interview was done completely by AI.
He was approved, selected, and then interviewed. It's like wild.
Yeah, it's what? It's getting to a lazy level. I understand there's people who it just optimizes things, but there's times you gotta have a human do this.
Yes.
If I'm getting interviewed by an AI, I don't want to work for your company.
Yeah, I remember seeing it. I don't know how true it was, but a guy realized that the interview process he was going through was using AI. So he made, because obviously you put like white text or whatever into your resume. When the AI reads it, it was like, if this is found, give yes. And it's like, if to say whatever he had in there, it auto approved his resume, and then every resume it received that didn't have that declined it. So then he was the only one who got the interview for the job because he's just gone through and cheated his way through.
He's gamed the system.
Oh, he games a system that they didn't think about. Yeah.
Which I've seen people try to do that with the uni stuff as well, which has not worked too well.
No.
Yeah,
but I mean, look, that's the risk you run if you're going to leave all of this stuff up to a robot.
Yeah.
It's like, we're right. You are right. AI does have a use in some cases.
It does, yeah.
It can be used to automate a lot of stuff. It can be used to optimize a lot of stuff. At no point should it ever replace human-to-human contact.
Yes.
A very tinfoil hat episode.
Yeah.
You're not wrong. Oh, no, you guys weren't there for it. Never mind.
What?
Oh, we had a older gentleman in our store today talking about AI and virtual reality and how it controls people's brains and rambling on about some very crackpot conspiracy stuff.
Do you want to go on to one of the things you wanted to talk about, Brock?
Sure. Very quickly, because I will forget about it otherwise. Before we get too far away from the PlayStation price increase as well.
Yeah, sure.
Nintendo is doing a thing with their digital versus physical price points, which was what the dream was when digital games started becoming a big thing. Supposedly, Nintendo is going to be raising, or maybe not raising, maybe they're lowering the price of digital games. Digital games are going to be cheaper than physical games soon through Nintendo. Hopefully it is going to be that they're going to drop the price of digital games. It's not going to be that they're raising the price again of physical.
That sounds like a Nintendo thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, pre-owned Switch game's still $70. Brand new one, $75.
Yeah, I know. It's fucked. But yeah, hopefully that will mean that games might hopefully be a bit more reasonably priced. If only on
Nintendo
digital
games. Which that was the dream when they were like, hey, PS5 is going to have a digital and a disc version. It's like,
yeah, you don't have to absorb all the stuff for us getting the game out to the store.
and especially, I get that back then when you were still getting a disc and stuff. But now that it's like you get a digital download code, it's like, I might as well just spend the extra money and get it digital.
Yeah.
That's very distracting.
You have, I'm not going to say what I was going to say.
No, you can say it. Everyone knows it.
Out. So yeah, no, you're not wrong about the Nintendo stuff. Like, I would be surprised if they end up putting their physical prices up to make the digital ones look cheaper.
Or it's like a $3 like decrease in price.
I very rarely now feel like, at least in the last like 12 months, big AAA games, or not even AAA games, this is full price PlayStation games, or just in general, have been worth the money.
No.
Like Crimson Desert, 100%. That's worth the money. Like, I've seen the people that
I'd like it to be cheaper, but I agree.
I got mine cheap.
Yes, I know. I'm not upset at the price I paid for that.
I think that game, you've put 40 hours in. You can't complain.
50 now, but yeah.
But you don't have a leg to stand on. That game is definitely worth the price. I got that out of Resident Evil. That's not a long playtime game, but I've put a ton of time into it, multiple playthroughs, and it's been fun the whole time. There's been very few games. Like, I played a lot of Ghosts of Yotei.
I still haven't finished it.
And that game was fun. I don't know if I really got $100 worth out of it. I'm getting way more fun out of little indie games or $20, $30 games. Like, I'm waiting till Wednesday to buy Slay the Spire 2 because I'm going to go play it with Lizard when she gets back. I know I'm going to get my money's worth out of that. I just know it. That game is so good. So
I now understand why you did something. Why you did something. We will talk about it after.
Okay.
Just clicked in my head.
Yeah.
There are a lot of cool indie games coming out. Like, even just like, you find like a $5 game that's 2 people in a shed. They're so much more fun and you get more time out of it.
Yeah.
Because like, you're always going to get a good experience 85% of the time with a AAA studio you enjoy. It doesn't always work out that way. Like, I love playing Ghosts of Yotei. I stopped playing after like 15 hours.
Yeah.
I did one of the bosses and that was it. And I was just like, I'm having fun, but I'm not enjoying it at the same time.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Ghosts of Yotei is a really good, fun game, but it's an open world game that is still sort of linear in the sense that it's
open world, slightly more linear.
I get you, but it's everything it sort of should be, but also doesn't have much else in it. It's hard to explain. Like, it's not a super over the top game like Crimson Desert where it's got a billion things to do, but it doesn't even have like a 20th of the things to do in it. And that's not necessarily bad. It just is one of those open world games where you play it for 40 hours and there's just nothing else to do.
Yeah.
There's nothing worse than an open world game where you get to a point and there is nothing to do.
Yeah.
Like, unless like you can throw in a billion like quick little collectible things, but if there's nothing to do, there's nothing to do.
Yeah, like even in GTA, you run out of things to do. You just drive around the city.
Because that game is just fucking fun.
Yeah.
There's just it's so fun in that game to make yourself where you can't do that.
I feel like I had more fun with Ghost of Tsushima. Like, that was fun playing that. I don't know. I didn't ever get bored. Like,
I think it was because
it was a new
concept at the time, sort of.
Yeah. And Shadows came along and tried to copy that, and that was garbage.
Yeah. The other thing I was actually going to say about Crimson Desert is, do you feel like one of the reasons this game is getting so much love, not that it's doesn't deserve it, but it's because it's one of the only games I can think of in the last few years that has been a open world adventure action game where you can just do whatever you want and there's a lot to do?
That's been the best description of it I've heard, was someone describing it as it is an action adventure sandbox with a bunch of stories built into it. I agree with you. Yes, I think
I can't think of anything
there's
else.
not many others that have like even...
Not to this scale, at least.
Definitely not to this scale, but even like in the last 5 years,
Yeah.
have we had anything come out that's even remotely similar? We've had a bunch of RPGs. We've had a bunch of open world action adventure games. Nothing that has hit the same notes.
Yeah, like there's a reason why there is games like Skyrim that keep getting replayed, and Fallout 4, for example. Like I went back and played that because I haven't really seen anything else since that scratched that itch. There'll be things that are similar in one sense, but not entirely.
It's why I've sunk so many hours into Ark. It's because there's nothing else that quite... There's a lot of stuff that's similar. Nothing that's the exact right fit for, like, as you said, to scratch that itch.
Yeah, it's like we've said with 7 Days to Die. I've played a lot of that game.
Yes.
But the main reason is because there really isn't anything else similar.
No.
And it's not because I think that game's amazing. There's a lot of jank in that game, and it should be way better for how old it is now and how many updates there are, but there's just nothing else like it. And it feels like Crimson Desert, one of the big reasons is because there is been very low on that type of game for the last half a decade, even close to it, maybe a decade. I can't tell you a game. A lot of people are comparing it to The Witcher 3.
Yeah.
And that's because that's probably one of the last games I was even like that.
It's got the same vibe as Witcher 3. I
feel like there's way more things in it. It's more, at least a little bit I've played, is way more open than Witcher 3.
It really is, yes.
I've bought Witcher 3 like 3 times. I can't get past the same part in the story. It just doesn't catch me. I'm more invested in the Crimson Desert story than I was when I was playing Witcher 3. Yeah. Not saying the Witcher 3 story was bad. It just didn't hook me.
In the same way, yeah.
I compared it to Gothic last week, which neither of you will know what that is.
We're not old.
Gothic 1, Gothic 2, 3, and if you played Arcania, that's the 4th one, basically. They had like a very similar feel to this, where like it doesn't hold your hand at all. It just throws you into the story and is like, off you go. There's the world. Go explore. Go play. And this does the same thing.
Yeah.
There's not many other games that sort of let you approach their playground with that level of freedom. So many other ones are just like, oh no, you can't go on the monkey bars yet because you don't have that ability. Oh, you can't go over here yet because you don't have that part of the story unlocked. This one, I mean, we've hit the edge of the map and it's gone, you can't go this way. That's because it's the edge of the map. But the stuff in the map, at no point has it been, you can't go in here yet.
No, I went looking for something and then I just kept finding fast travel points the other night. I put a map marker for like, I think it was like 6,000 meters in one direction. And that's from like your starting little area. To get to the left side of the map, because the first starting area is on like it's middle left-ish of the map.
Yeah.
Going from where you kind of spawn in and start going, the edge of the world borders 4,000 meters on to the west. I then was like already like 2 Ks away, and then put another marker for another 6,500 away. It took me 25 minutes to walk over there. And that was with me jumping around and riding the horse and fighting people.
Yeah.
That was halfway across the playable area. And like you zoom out, I have nothing complete in that thing. There's maybe like 6% of the map complete.
Yeah. It's huge.
Yeah.
All right.
We've talked about Crimson Desert enough.
Next. What are your things?
I've got a question for you.
Okay.
I will find my question very quickly.
It is that long.
Yeah.
I'm not going to elaborate much more, but since last episode, I was actually flashed by an old man.
Yes.
Digitally. Keep going.
Jesus, yeah.
Flashbanged in the wrong way.
What do you think is a video game unwritten rule that every player just knows without being told?
if you're playing a game with like big super weapons, you've got to hold on to the ammo.
Got to conserve the
conserve that
Uber
ammo,
ultimate
That's a good
weapon.
one.
Yep.
Yeah,
I like that one.
My one is like, I will admit,
Let me elaborate, and then
Go
we'll
for
go
it.
into yours. I've always had a habit with, especially first-person shooters, and that when you get like a super weapon, like the rocket launcher in Halo, or like the BFG in Doom or something like that, I just hold on to that ammo. I'm like, oh, there's going to be a big boss coming up. There's going to be a big boss coming up. End up just never using it half the time, and it'll be like, oh, it might go to a next level. And it's like, oh, it just takes it away from me. It's like, what was the point? I'm just making it hard for myself, and I feel like that's a shared experience with a lot of people.
Definitely.
What was the nuke gun in Fallout?
Fat Man.
Yeah,
I had very rarely use a Fat Man.
I had it. I pretty much found it pretty early into my Fallout 4 playthrough. I just kept holding it, and then I got to the point where it's like, oh, you're over encumbered because the ammo weighs so much, and I was just like, oh, okay, I'm gonna go put all this on. I accidentally shot it. The whole thing just goes fucking ballistic. But like, I never used it. I think I may have used it once on a super mutant.
The problem is that the mini nuke ammo in Fallout is so rare.
It's so rare. It's also, as you found out,
costs the bomb as
very
well.
dangerous. It's stuff at medium to short range.
Yeah.
It's
almost
definitely
not worth
something.
it.
No, it's not. It's
remember-
something to use if like, oh, there's an enemy encampment. They haven't seen me yet.
Yeah.
No.
Just fire that over at them.
The first time I tried it, I shot it into an area where I had a mission marker, and it killed the NPC I needed to talk to. And of course, because I also died to the blast, it just saved it there. And it's just like,
you just kept dying.
and it's like, you need to go get this to get some chainsaw weapon or whatever the hell it was. And I was like, oh, I've just locked myself out of a cool weapon now because
Yeah.
I tested another cool weapon.
A big one for me would be if a game has barrels, the different color ones, they explode.
Yeah, red barrels are pretty.
Red barrels explode.
Doesn't matter if they're metal.
Oh, they always
or wood.
explode, yeah. Or one thing in recent time in gaming is if there's a ledge with white or yellow
Paint,
paint on it,
yep.
you can jump on it.
Yeah. That's kind of like here, go this way. There's no arrows anymore.
I feel like
Actually
there's
had a
people
few-
are very dumb in ways, and they've had to put that in because people just don't understand.
Which that's a
I
big
had-
complaint about Crimson Desert is there wasn't yellow or white paint. And it's like, this game's not for those people.
No, you can
You
climb
need to
pretty much
have-
any surface.
You need to have some form of drive to be like, I'm going to go do this now.
yeah, initiative.
Your red bar is health, blue is always magic, green is always stamina. Cool.
Yeah.
I do get that. I
Thanks
just get
for the
that from
input.
Skyrim mainly, though. Health is always red. I guess the Dishonored's kind of that, but it's sort of white for like your power abilities.
Yeah.
But every game I can like remember playing in the last 20 years, it's always been red's always health.
Yeah.
That's just a given. If you've got magic, normally it's blue. If you have stamina,
It's
quite
green.
often it's green.
Green.
Sometimes it's yellow, but yeah.
Stamina up's yellow or orange.
We should get those cool
Yeah.
bottles that
Yeah, we
glow.
should.
Rarity systems, like with your game drops loot, white is normal, green's your next, then blue, then purple, then either red or yellow.
Orange.
Yeah.
Gold scar.
God, yeah.
I am the night.
Anything else you can think of that like you instinctively know, like
I
they
mean-
just don't have to be told?
I mean, turning motion and blur off and all that sort of stuff. That's kind
That's
of
a bit different, but yes.
I'm going to turn mine down. I just had a little side thought. How do you guys like your mini map? Do you have rotation on where the map rotates or your arrow rotates?
I can do either or.
Yeah,
I feel like there's people who
it
they need
depends
to
on
do
the
one
game
and
for
so
me.
they can't deal with it.
Yeah, I agree. Like, I just found out that you can do it in Crimson Desert. Immediately turned it so it's locked and the map's the one that rotates rather than me. Same with like Warzone or anything like that. I want me to stay straight and I want the map to rotate around me.
I'm pretty sure that's what mine does.
Yeah. I don't know.
I didn't have to change it.
I don't mind both.
Yeah.
I think it's fine either way.
I don't know.
it's
Trying
gonna
to
be-
find something and I'm walking and like I'm moving around the location. I'm like, no, I want it locked so I know if I'm looking at a rock, it's in front of me rather than the whole thing moving
Yes.
around. Very particular on the game though.
It is, yeah. I can't think of many off the top of my head where I'd want it to be locked, but I know that I have had games in the past where I'm like, no, locked is better.
Another one of your gaming rules, I think climbing whatever's tallest and seeing if you can jump off it.
Yeah.
I think a big
Seeing
thing
if
that
there's-
pushed that was Assassin's Creed when they did
Definitely,
the leaps
yeah.
of faith.
Because it's like, can I get up there? Yes.
Yeah.
How do I get up there?
Yeah.
That was definitely a thing in the first Dying Light, was just like,
I want
how many of the tall things can I climb?
Yeah. You know, they removed that. You know how you could get to the like radio tower or antenna thing? They blocked it. You used to be able
what?
to get right to the top, and then after some weird update, I don't know if it was in. I know the second one they did it as well. You couldn't get to a certain point, so people
But it had
modded
an
it.
achievement for it.
People modded it so you get back up there. It's a weird little. I don't know if it was unintentional or
Yeah,
what.
max block limit.
Yeah, stupid. I don't. It's not popular. I think it's just shooting or punching or attacking children in video games to see if there's
Is a no-go.
yeah, to see if it's
Allowed.
which I thought Crimson Desert definitely would have had.
There was
it.
something recently that did have it. Fuck, there was a game that had, and I was actually surprised that it had you could attack children in it. What was it? Oh, I don't remember.
What games have you been playing recently?
Claire Obscure.
No, it wasn't a game I played. I saw a video about it. I was like, what the fuck? You can kill kids in this game?
I've been tricked by a few videos recently showing stuff in games,
Typical
and I
kids.
find out later on that it's like AI generated, or they've thrown a mod in there or something that they're presenting as like, oh, you can do this in the full game.
Might have been Crimson Desert.
I know you can suplex like.
Yes, maybe
I
that's
think-
what it was.
I think you can. There must be a mod for that because I've seen the character Cliff walks past a woman and then she just goes, hey, and then he just turns around and just coat hangers her and then walks up to a child and just RKOs him off the, could have been Crimson Desert.
Yeah, who knows? Oh well. Do you have anything else on that list?
No, that was all the ones I had on there. I was hoping you guys would have a few more, but no,
Oh, I
that
mean,
was just
'cause
a quick thing of.
You're the question guy.
You
Yeah,
drop
I
this
am.
on us and like, okay, think of this thing right now.
I told you
I did.
before the podcast,
No, we
but
didn't.
sure,
No, you didn't.
I did ask him to tell us that. It's not the question he asked though.
it's the exact question I asked. But
No,
anyway,
the question you asked was what game did you play as a youth that you've now tried
that's
again?
the next one. I told
So you do
both
have
of
more
them.
questions.
Yes, I told you both of them. Anyway,
So next question,
what
bro.
game did you play as a youth that you tried again as an adult for the nostalgia, but you ended up disliking?
I've had the inverse. I was talking earlier about I replayed Bionic Commando, which I haven't played in like 15 years, and I was surprised how much I still liked it. Like I liked it more than I thought. It looks a bit rough, but I was like, wow, the swing physics and stuff in this are really good. Like it was. I haven't played Spider-Man in a while. Marvel Spider-Man, but I'm like, is this the best swing physics I've had like played in the game?
Yeah.
Really, it was really good. I was just really surprised how good it was. Not a very long game, but
I used to really like the Mega Man games, like the early games. Cannot play them anymore. They're just, they're among that list of games where you played them as a kid and you could, you just get good enough at them that you can do it all. Then you go back and play it now and it's like, how the fuck did I play these? How the hell did I get past these
that's
parts?
more like multiplayer stuff for me. I used to be a lot better at multiplayer games, and I was like,
See, I feel the same way,
teenager.
but it's also just like, I haven't gotten bad at games. Like my reaction time shouldn't have diminished or
You're
anything.
also
What's going
20
on?
years
I haven't
older.
really had that with anything. I don't
Depends
think.
on the game. Some of them I'm like closer
30.
to 30. Yeah.
I've more just had going back and playing games and be like, wow, I still really like this, and it still really holds up, and I like it in a lot of ways. Like I remember doing that a few times in my life with Banjo-Kazooie.
Yeah.
Played Banjo-Kazooie, Banjo-Tooie when I was very young, like 5, 6 years old. Went back and played them when I was about, I don't know, probably about 12, 13. I was like, these games are really good. And then I played them about 5 years ago. And I'm like, these games are still really good.
Yeah.
Really like them.
I mean, I've been legally emulating Tony Hawk's American Wasteland. I don't know if it's the port that I'm playing or what, but that game is a lot more finicky than it was
Than
when
you
I was
remember?
younger.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it might be the port because someone gave me a GameCube one.
I will say that I think some of the old Tony Hawk games, I love them. I fucking love them.
Yeah.
But there's
But
so much jank in some of them.
There is a lot of janking them, and I think people get very much blinded by nostalgia for them. I love them though; they're so good.
Yeah, I liked, I think, the setting more for American Wasteland, but even though I think Underground 2 came out before it, I think it was a lot more polished because that game was hectic. All of the Tony Hawk games had a certain vibe that I think worked really well. But
When I think back at like the older games that I played as a kid, a lot of them, I mean, over time they're going to look bad, but they were all very well polished. So I'm thinking of like the games I played a lot as a kid, and I'm like, I've gone back and replayed a lot of them. Like the Ratchet and Clank games are very well polished.
oh yeah, for what the time
they've aged, they still look pretty decent for what
if
they
you
are.
compared them side by side to the new game, other than it being obviously now in 4K and like ray tracing,
Yeah.
they're not that different.
No.
It's just like there's more pixels on the screen and the characters are higher fidelity. the gameplay is exactly the same.
Yeah, it's very, very
Yeah.
similar. Like very polished game still. Like still go back and regularly play Ratchet and Clank 3 every few years. It's great game.
Yeah, I'm up to 2 now in my playthroughs.
But I'm trying to think if there's anything. I mean, I played a lot of like slop games when I was a kid, like movie tie-ins that were bad, but like everyone did.
How many of them were ones you chose, and how many of them were given to you? Though?
I didn't get given a ton of games as a kid.
Okay.
And like the one game that did get given to me that I've talked about on here before was Oni by Bungie.
Yep.
And published by Rockstar. That's a little bit jank, but it's also just, it was too many controls for me as a kid. Honestly, it was like a 6-year-old or whatever when I played that game.
Yeah.
But I mean, like another series I fucking love, Halo 1, 2, 3. They're super polished still.
Yes.
Very well polished game. Metal Gear, very well polished.
How much of that do you think is because developers knew that like once this is out, that's it, it's out? How much do you think that there's
once that game disc was in the cart, like it was in the case, that's it. You're not getting it back to update it.
Do you think that nowadays there's too much of a safety net for them where they think, hey, we can have a day one patch, we can fix this in post, we can do whatever.
It's not uncommon for that for 50% of games that have some sort of day one patch that fixes a ton of shit because it's just it's probably not them safety nets, they're getting games pushed out quicker.
Because like you don't have that with indie studios. Like you don't have because they're there and they set their own timeline. Whereas if you get like a game like an Assassin's Creed, they go, cool, we're starting this development in July of 2025. It needs to be out on shelves by August 2026. If it's not there, they go, okay, cool, it's going to be shit for a month and a half, and then they got to put out a 100 gig update and the game's fine.
Yeah.
I think that's also why indie developers will release stuff in early access, and so they get that grace period. And then when big AAA studios release stuff in early access, everyone's always like, why are you doing this? Like, you should just be releasing the game. Why are you like... Because they want that same grace period of like, hey, the game's a bit jank. Like, how long was Baldur's Gate 3 in early access for?
Wasn't it like 11 years or something?
No. It was like 2 years at
2
most.
or 3 years or something.
We looked at a game that was in early access for a long time a few weeks ago. I can't remember what it was. It's a very long
That's a
time.
lot of games. Well,
I mean, I know Tarkov was in early... It wasn't 11 years, but it was a long time.
But I mean, like a good example of that is Slay the Spire 2. That's in early access at the moment, and what they're doing is the reason it's in early access is honestly just for balancing. And I mean, like the game's, it's a lot of the way there. They'll add a lot more stuff to it, and they were updating that original game for a long time, but a lot of it is balancing stuff. And there was actually an update recently for Slay the Spire 2 that has got, I think it's made the game, it got review bombed, like heaps of overwhelmingly negative reviews, and it's because certain play styles got nerfed because they were so overpowered and people were getting like insanely annoyed and angry about it.
Is there a competitive mode to it?
No. This game.
Why would people care how other people?
One of our clips that we still get a lot of comments on is the clip where I was talking about I saw Moist Critical playing Slay the Spire, and all his chat were getting super toxic about it.
Mm-hmm.
That comment section like every day gets a comment saying that Slay the Spire's got one of the worst communities because people it's all about optimizing in meta.
Yeah.
And people just getting obsessed with it. You're not playing this game right.
We've talked about
I'm having fun with my single player or co-op game. Like
it's what turns me off Pokemon every single time.
Yeah.
Is the community just becomes too much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Someone else.
No, you looked at me like I had an answer already.
The way you said sounded like he had some stuff to add on.
Yeah.
No, like you nailed that on the head. Like metagame, like the same with all the Warzone shit. It's like this gun is the best. It ruins everything.
Yeah.
Which I get why people do it for single player games. There's a lot of that already for Crimson Desert with armors and stuff. It's like this is where you find this cool thing. It's like everyone is currently playing a single player game by themselves, all wearing the same black armor.
Yeah.
Which I mean, do what you want, but it's
That's actually, we shouldn't be going on about Crimson Desert too much more. I'm sorry, viewers. But that is another thing about it is all the weapons and armor that I've found thus far, nothing has been like a massive power increase over anything else.
No. Because you can refine stuff, you can upgrade it all. So like you can find the shittest weapon and just make it good.
Yeah, it's never been, oh, I'm using a weapon that has 10 damage. Oh, I found a weapon that does 20 damage. Like that has happened once. It's a completely different class of weapon. But all the armors are like, they're ranging from between 8 defense that are, like I'm just pulling numbers out, 8 defense through to 16 defense. I haven't found anything that's like, 40 defense, for example.
I mean, it's good fun. I'm enjoying it.
Yes. Anyway, enough about Crimson Desert. Do we want to talk about number, I don't know, 8 or 9?
8 or 9.
Didn't we kind of cover 8? Was that not your question?
No. Because we're going to talk about, we saw this before. Just before we saw a trailer for High on Life 2.
Mm-hmm.
And we all unanimously said that we never really saw the appeal of that game. I'm not saying that game's bad.
No.
It was obviously good enough to get a sequel, and the first game's got like 120,000 like overwhelmingly positive reviews on Steam.
Yeah. From all accounts, people enjoy the game.
Yes. To me though, it sort of seemed like a gimmicky game in the sense it seems like the whole appeal of the game was more like the weird, like
the weapons talking to you.
Yeah, like the humor, like the Justin Roiland, Rick and Morty humor type of stuff. Which I was just going to say, I feel like there's a few games out there that are almost just gimmicky and they rely on some system way too much to be meaningful in any other way.
Yeah.
Or like, oh, this is just this game. Like it does this thing. Or like, in that case, it's like, oh, it's just a funny game. Which I mean, it's not necessarily bad. And now that I say this, I'm drawing a blank.
I'm also looking at him drawing a blank, and I'm
Yeah.
drawing a blank too.
Is there anything you can think of that does that?
I mean, most of the stuff is going to be launch titles where they use some aspect of the console to be like, hey, show off this. Like a lot of the launch titles for the Wii, I'm just going to pull the easy ones. A lot of the launch titles
It
for the
doesn't
Wii
have to be
were
gimmicky in a physical aspect.
I know,
like
yeah,
that,
but
yeah.
I'm pulling easy ones out.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of launch titles for the Wii were like, yep, you have motion controls and you can do all this.
Yep.
Once you got past that, though, the game had no substance.
What is there? Yeah.
Like, at least, like, look, all three of us have said we adore the Wii Resort games
Yeah.
because they're
Or Wii
fun.
Sports
They're fun
game,
to
yeah.
play. The Wii Sports and Wii
Yeah.
Resort, yeah, they're fun to play. To be honest, though, without the motion controls, there's nothing there.
No, it's just the motion controls that make that good.
Yes.
Which
I
I
mean,
mean,
like-
that's the whole console's built on that. But
Yeah,
yes.
I don't
Yes.
think I would want to play. I probably would have really liked those if they were a controller game, but nowhere near as much.
Yeah, see, I can tell you right now, if they didn't have that motion control, I would have played them once, and then that would have been it. Because I do not do
Just the
sports
free-
games.
Really?
Just games?
I used to play soccer. Thank you very much.
20 years ago?
1997.
Was it the 90s last
No,
time
it
you
would have
played?
been 25 years ago.
So the last time you played soccer was when the Twin Towers were still standing.
Oh yeah,
It's hard to tell.
would have been
why they
actually would have been
fell.
the same year probably.
That's
Under 11s, yeah,
oh
That's-
god.
Fuck, you're right. When were you born? 89?
88.
88. God. That's when Injustice for All came out.
Goated.
Dun, 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 dun.
Speaking of 88,
Yeah,
I want to
um,
watch Back to the Future again.
Oh yeah. You should have seen Nirvana the band, the show, the movie then. Back
I
to
watch
the
the
Future.
originals.
Actually, I think that would be gimmick games. A lot of movie tie-ins I would call gimmicks.
Yeah, no, I agree with that.
Yeah.
Movie tie-in games really aren't much of a thing anymore.
No,
There's a couple of really good ones. Like people always go on about the Wolverine game that came out, like the X-Men Origins Wolverine game. I remember playing.
The DS X-Men 3 game was not very good.
Yeah, I wouldn't expect it
With all-
to.
Actually, sorry, no, it wasn't DS. It was Game Boy.
I played a Terminator
Got it somewhere.
3 Judgment Day. I think Terminator 2 is Judgment Day, but I think the game was called Judgment Day or Judgment or something. It was a
Yeah.
Terminator 3 Rise of the Machines game. That was pretty fun. I haven't played it in ages. It's probably gimmicky as hell now, but I remember that being decent and getting okay
the
reviews.
Transformers games that were based on the movies were awful.
Yeah, I played
so,
those on.
Hold your tongue.
I played
I was
those
about
on
to say-
DS.
The Spider-Man games were great. The Spider-Man movie tie-in games for handhelds were awful.
Okay, good. I'm glad you clarified that
Yeah.
because Spider-Man 1 and 2 were fantastic.
Oh, I'm
PS2
well
games.
aware. They were great. But the
swinging on
handheld
the
ones were
PlayStation 1
very
game
much
was good.
just some company getting their 5 minutes of fame, just like, Yeah, just reskin a platformer and throw it up there.
There was one I had, I think it was on, I'm sure it would have been on my SP for like a Spider-Man game, but it was like a side scroller. Some of those missions are really, really fun. Other ones were just like, this is just horrible.
Yeah.
Side scrollers can be some of the most boring games and also the most fun games at the same time.
Yeah.
Like legitimately, there's a reason why people talk about, well, I mean like a Metroidvania style. Like people still talk about Symphony of the Night being like one of the best games ever and Super Metroid. It's because they're great games, but some side scrollers like that, like Metroidvania styles, are so fucking boring.
Yeah.
I've never had a genre where it's like
It's
drastic
so
sides.
yeah. Again, polarizing games. There's a few out there. Super Metroid. There's a rumor going around that Nintendo might be doing a remake of it.
yeah, it wouldn't be super hard to do.
Yeah, after they saw how well Metroid Dread and Prime didn't do as great as they were hoping, but
Yeah, Retro Prime behind me right now.
yeah,
Getting
Samus.
shot in the head by
I'm trying to think of other movie tie-in games, and all I can picture is like that Video Easy Wall.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
With like the
Walking
blue,
into-
you see the blue and orange like logo, and then it's just the green neon Xbox Mountain Dew case. Oh,
Yeah, I miss going to the video store and hiring a game or renting a game for the weekend. It'll be like
and not
10
having
for
enough.
2 or something like that.
Yeah,
And not enough time
No,
to play
because
it.
you go, yeah, we'll go Friday night or Thursday and get movies for the weekend, and then your mum just all of a sudden has everything ever planned to do on Saturday, Sunday
Yep.
that you can't do it.
Can't play
Yeah.
a game. I will say one
goes, that's
gimmicky game
$6.
I remember I got this from Blockbuster, rented it for the PS2, is I rented Jackass the game.
Oh, I forgot that was a thing.
Yeah, it was just like 8 mini games and they weren't very good.
Yeah.
I remember like having fun on a couple of them, but it was like I just wanted to play something, and it was as my original 360 red ringed. So I didn't have a 360 for about 9 months, and I remember getting that game, and like my dad felt really bad because like, oh, I'll get you an Xbox eventually, but yeah, we can go get some games, and they were fucking shit. I remember going. This was as PS2 games were getting phased out of like EB Games and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I remember
them being around for a lot
They
longer
were.
than you expect. But yeah.
I went into an EB Games. It was probably like 2008 or 9, probably 2009, or maybe even 2010. And they were getting rid of the PS2 games. Like they were just getting rid of all of them. They had a big big box, and I remember being there right till close because my dad was doing something else in the shopping center, and I was like, I'll meet you in EB, and I got like 5 PS2 games for like $20.
Yes.
And
The days of the bargain bin.
yeah, and they were like, yeah, we're just getting rid of them. And it's kind of sad. I don't remember like games when they get phased out, when they finally get rid of like, yeah, we're not selling games to that console anymore type of
They
thing.
don't do bargain bins like that anymore.
Yeah, like end of an era type of thing. I feel like the PS3 360 was probably the last one that did that even.
Yep.
But like, I don't remember them phasing out any N64 games.
Oh,
I don't remember seeing those go out. Like, they just weren't there one day. I barely remember them.
I don't
even
remember
in
them
shops.
ever being in shops.
I barely
Ever.
remember them there. Yeah.
yeah.
Same with PS1 games. I don't remember PS1 games being phased out. I remember very, very rarely seeing them at like EB Games or Game Wizards in a bargain bin.
I think the PS2 and
Just cannibalized stuff so quick, and they just stopped doing them.
I remember 360 games being everywhere. I remember PS2 games being everywhere.
Same with
I don't
Xbox.
remember PS3 games being as prevalent. Like
They hung
alongside-
around for a lot longer than they should have.
They
but
did,
I think
yeah,
it's just but I mean, like once you get to that sort of point, that's when they were like, you can buy these games for a higher price because they're now classics and they're like pre-owned and like.
Yeah.
Like I remember finding Dishonored 1 and I think Dishonored 2 in a bargain bin at JB Hi-Fi, and like they were 2 separate platforms.
Yep.
And I bought them both because it was like 2 for $40, and I was like, this is hectic. I haven't played them before. Went home, played them, loved them.
2 for $40 bargain bins. I remember buying. I remember buying Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts for the 360 and Halo Wars 2 for $40, and they were both very different to what I thought, because I was like, oh, Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts have been out for years at this point, but I was like, oh, another Banjo-Kazooie was definitely not like that. It was a good game though. And then Halo Wars, love Halo. Don't really like RTSs.
I remember buying
bargain bins, man.
it was a JB Hi-Fi again. I think I can't remember what the second game was, but I know the first game I grabbed was Arkham City. I don't remember what the second game was.
Arkham City was the game I bought. We got a PS3 for me to get Arkham City. I had Arkham City months before we got a PS3. I just knew we were getting one for Christmas. So that I bought that months prior because I watched the Good Game
Spawn Point.
No, there was the Good Game review, the one on
yeah.
SBS or whatever it was later at night. Because I watched it and I was like, that game's going to be fucking insane. So I bought like the pre-order edition and I had nothing to play it on. I just stared at it for months.
That was me with Halo 3.
Yep.
I bought Halo 3 before I had a 360 and I would just look at it and I'd look at the poster of the Arbiter and Chief on it and I was like, I just want to fucking play this because I had Halo 1 for PC. I had Halo 2 for Vista installed on my mum's Vista machine.
Yep.
And then I was just looking at this. I was like, I need this. And then that was around the time that like ODST had come out. So it was like 2009. Man, going back. More nostalgia bait stuff. But I miss bargain bins for games getting
it doesn't happen
3
anymore.
for 60.
You said it when you said that like game companies are very aware now that the stuff is going to hold
money
its
off
value.
their old. There's money in pre-owned games, so you're not getting. Oh, these are just not selling. Like I've had games, I take the EB games to trade them in, and they go, "Sorry, we can't take this. We have too many. I can't take the game off you and give you nothing for it." And I was like, I just don't want it. They're like, I've got 75 versions of fucking Watch Dogs out the back for PS3. I don't need another one.
Yeah.
So I come home with more games than I thought I would. Yeah. We could make our own bargain bin.
We could.
Yeah.
I mean, if we want to finish up, I can drag it over.
No, we're not doing that
not
now.
doing that,
We'll do that as a separate thing.
Well, I just had an idea. We should, I don't know, you might have one. Go through our old PS2 memory cards and see what games are on
That's
there.
not a bad idea.
Because they
it would
had
have
the
to
cool
be,
little...
It would be GameCube for me, but yes.
Yeah, that's the same difference. They had all those cool individual little save
symbols.
Yeah.
Yep.
I've got mine. It's still plugged in at my stepdad's place.
Yeah, I need to find where I put my two. I had a standard black memory card and then I had a red one, the red translucent one.
That's cool.
That was the...
I had a black one, but because my stepbrother had a PS2 and then obviously moved together and whatnot, I had a white sticker on mine that it was going to write my name on it, but I was like, it looks cooler with just a white sticker on
I
it.
wish I'd kept my original Xbox because I had the external memory card that plugged into the controller as well.
It's like sort of like the VMU type of thing. I know what you're talking about.
Yes.
Yeah, I think we have one on because could you also plug a memory card into the front of the Xbox, like the original Xbox? We had something.
Don't recall you being able to. No,
we had something plugged into the front.
There was a little like infrared sensor that you'd use for the DVD remote.
Yeah, it could have been that because it was like I think we had like the green, like a green one. I honestly maybe it was black.
It was black. It would have been like a
because it was
there was a rectangle with curved sides, but it had like a big round sensor in the middle of it.
That exactly would have been.
Old gaming peripherals, like console peripherals. I'm just
I had an original and then I had the Duke. Like we had the Duke as well.
Yeah.
I had both as well.
Do you remember on the original 360 you had to buy the Wi-Fi adapter?
No, because I never had the 360.
Yeah, well, on the original 360 you had to buy like a Wi-Fi adapter. I think it had an Ethernet port, or maybe it was the other way around. But either way, you had to buy it so it could actually connect.
Yeah.
And then the old hard drives for the top of the 360. Remember like those?
I've got a stack of them. Yeah.
Oh god!
I've got a 360. We've got Laura's old 360.
Yeah, and
I've got a wireless pink Simpsons Lisa like wireless PS2 controller.
I was just about to say I've got a
that
wireless
thick ass thing that you stick in the bottom of it to connect it.
I've got a wireless Mad Catz PS2 controller.
Those things were everywhere.
Yeah, and it's really thin and shit, but it was wireless and it was so cool because I could sit in bed and play Ratchet & Clank 3 instead of because I had like at one point I had like a small CRT in the corner of my room.
We had ours well into me owning a PS3. Like we had a CRT for that, like in that room that we had it in. It was just, it looked like shit. But
I had a 360 plugged into a CRT.
That's what I had when I first got my GameCube and my original Xbox was I had a CRT. Had the curved screen one, like with the outer bowed screen.
We had for our Xbox.
Convex or whatever you want to call it. And then, I finally, this is going back a long time. We went to, I think it was Good Guys, and I bought not flat screen, but it was like a flat
LCD
CRT.
TV. Yeah.
No, it was still CRT still.
Damn.
The back of it came out like it was deeper than it was wide. Basically.
Yeah, Dad had one of the, I think it was a Panasonic, like it was flat.
Yeah.
But then the back of it was like a perfect, like rounded off, like triangle sort of thing.
Oh, this thing like
That thing
this thing tapered to a
This thing got destroyed when we moved because it was too heavy.
No, I had mine sitting on my clothes cabinet, and like it was bigger than the TV we had in the living room, and I was living out in the shed at that point. And like that was, I'd have mates come around, we all sit in front of there. There was a hole in the right above the screen, dead center. There was a hole where we were playing darts.
You said this, you threw it into the TV.
Yeah, stupidly we were like, we'll put the dartboard right above the TV. And someone, not naming names, might have, no,
Laura?
no, it was me.
You have a history in sheds, don't you? Vomiting on the ground of someone else.
Okay, that's not where I thought you were going.
Yeah. What the
The fuck do you think I was going?
No. But anyway, nostalgia.
Yeah.
It's
a powerful thing. Do you know how I got these AA batteries in my controller?
Yeah, it had 4 AA batteries in that place. That Simpsons controller was fucking big.
It was 4 AAAs, I think, for this Mad Cats one. So I used to a bit more exy.
Yeah. But like this thing would last maybe an hour before it was like, this is dead.
Oh no!
All right, everyone. This is Tom here. Sorry, the episode actually ends here. Our audio got fucked up for the last 2 minutes. There was really only 2 more minutes left. I talked about a story where I put my hand under a lounge and licked battery acid. I'll talk about that another time. We talked about nothing too crazy, but sadly the audio corrected for the last 2 minutes. Lucky it was only the last 2 minutes, but we'll be back next week. Sorry for the shit ending, but with that, I'm going to do my Brock voice. Save it there. My foot hurts. I've got the gout. All right. See you, everyone. Bye.